How many months left? 11? That's under a year in my book.
That's true. Now, how many months did he say when we get back? It's what?
When we get back, it's going to be 10.
Ooh.
Really, almost 9. Maybe 8. Won't the station want to, like, get rid of me early to bring in another guy?
They haven't decided to talk to you early just to...
About the transition?
No, not the transition, but to try to woo you, to make you stay.
No, I told them not to bother.
Oh, really?
I can't take it anymore.
There's no amount of money?
No. I'm not making any play for money. I'm not in this for money.
I'm just asking, is there no amount of money? I'm not saying you're making a play.
No, there is no amount of money.
Oh.
I'm looking for a negotiation. I'm looking to go get a nap somewhere.
That's all you want.
I got to get some sleep.
If they put that in the contract.
Yeah. Oh, that saxophone wants to make me puke. All right, very good. Let's take a break, and then we'll be back right after these words with everything that's going on today, and there is a lot going on. What's the matter?
I just got a pain.
What, Fred?
Fred's a constant gnawing pain that I'm not used to.
All right. There you go, Fred. First compliment of the morning. All right.
So what did you get your wife for Hanukkah?
We wait till Christmas. You know, we're half Jewish. I didn't get her anything.
Oh, boy.
First of all, the holiday is supposed to be between a man and his children.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's
you didn't explain it to me.
Yeah, I understand all aspects of the Jewish religion.
So a man is supposed to get his children presents.
Very few people know I'm a Talmudic scholar. Well, it's between a parent and the children, or actually, it's between the grandparents and the grandchildren, more or less, where they're supposed to give them a couple of bucks.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's not a big holiday, but it's been Christmasized, you know.
So all you get is a couple of bucks?
Well, whatever you want to give. So.
But did you do anything then?
Yeah, I gave my kid. You know, my children are being raised Jewish, despite my strong Catholic background.
Your protestations.
Yeah. Despite the fact that I'm an anti-Semite, my children are being raised Jewish.
Well, that must cause you some dilemma.
Yeah. As a known anti-Semite, it's very hard to be in a family of Jews.
You're surrounded.
Yeah. So, no, we get the kids gifts.
You say we, you mean your wife. You
My
didn't
wife,
really do anything.
Well, I brought home some lugs. I don't get real religious. I'm like, where's the friggin' dreidel? Now leave me alone. My kids can't even spin a dreidel.
Aww.
Pathetic.
Is that like a skill?
That's a skill. It's a Jewish skill.
I didn't know.
It's a Jewish sport. Dreidel spinning.
Dreidel spinning.
Oh, yeah. That's why you don't see a lot of Jewish athletes in traditional sports. They're concentrating on dreidel spinning.
Where are the dreidel Olympics?
Well, that's in Israel. Mostly Jews concentrate on dreidels and suing each other. And suing other people.
And they're very good at it.
Yeah. Any little thing they will sue. Jews are constantly suing. They're in court constantly.
They file suits before they even do anything.
Lawsuits are the greatest thing that ever happened to Jews. Fantastic. It is like the Jewish occupation.
Well, first it was law school, and then it was the suit.
Yeah, now it's the lawsuit. They can dream up a lawsuit on anything. Anything that used to be settled by just like two people walking away from each other, they can be settled now through a lawsuit.
Sitting down and talking.
Yes. I'm thinking of taking out a lawsuit against K-Rock because I'm melting in here. In our beautiful studio, I am melting.
Is there no way to get the right temperature?
There is no way. I've talked to Tom Ciapisano, and there is no way.
Either you're freezing or you're hot. There is no happy medium.
Yeah. I'm usually sick by Friday.
It's hot in here, right?
Yeah, it's very hot today. But yesterday it was freezing. It was ice cold.
Yeah.
It depends on the temperature outside. I'm convinced of that. Oh, well, anyway, here's a fax I just got. Someone asked, does Robin's breasts give chocolate milk? Look at that, Robin. What's the answer?
They give no milk at all.
Why do you have so many interns now? Get rid of them all. They all stink. Someone says, stop picking on Jokey the Jackman. He has more talent than you.
Ooh.
See?
Oh, you got that.
I got that, yeah.
It's Jackie's fact.
Oh, I didn't realize. It says it's from Mario Asslicker Cuomo. This is the Howard Stern Show. From Mario Asslicker Cuomo. Disgraceful. Oh. You know, I see the promo for this movie.
Which movie?
With Michael Douglas.
I knew you were going to talk about Disclosure.
Yeah. Mike, I see the promo for this movie, Disclosure. And I don't know, is anyone going to see this? I have no interest in seeing this movie because I don't buy the premise. It's Michael Douglas, whose face appears to have caved in.
Yes, this is now an archaeological dig, I think.
Yeah, he's 50 years old. Does that happen to every guy who turns 50?
Yeah, you just cave in all of it at once.
So you mean in 10 years I'm going to look like that? I mean, I'm bad. I mean, because he was a good-looking guy.
Do you do that now? Are you looking at people who are around 50 and
yeah.
saying, ugh?
Yeah. I'm like, whoa. So is that when the change occurs?
That's right.
The big change?
I find myself doing it, too.
Because, like, Jackie's, like, 45 or something, and he looks okay to me, but is like, in 5 years, is that it?
Jackie's going to go...
Like, he looks kind of youthful to me and everything, but in 5 years, is he going to look like Michael Douglas?
Yeah, it happens, like, overnight. He'll wake up one day with crevices in his face.
But today, I rationalized it all by saying, oh, Michael Douglas says he was an alcoholic, and so maybe he abused himself, so he looks like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sylvester Stallone is 50, isn't he?
Man, he looks pretty bad.
And he can... Oh, no, you think?
Yeah.
I thought he could still play a 35-year-old man.
I think he looks real funny. In fact, like...
Well, he does look funny.
Like, his body's all pumped up, and I think that's steroids. Myself. And all he is now is, like, there's no big muscles. It's just like all these weird-looking veins.
Yes, he has that ripply...
Yeah, vein.
Or steroid skin, it looks like. You remember how they all get bumpy and lumpy?
Yeah, it's really disturbing to look at. I don't know.
But he still doesn't have craters in his face.
No, but he lost his good looks.
Well, yes, but I'm just talking about lines and crevices.
He looks like an alien now. He looks
like E.T.
He looks like a creature from another planet. I don't know. So, like, I mean, like, in 10 years, is that what I'm doomed to be?
Well, obviously, there is a change that occurs at 50.
Yeah. Like, that's it, huh?
What is it going to be? What is that change going to be?
But I'm looking at that, and I'm like, not buying this whole premise that Demi Moore, who looks sensational in these commercials, is like, you know, I'm your boss, and I want to have sex with you. And he goes, I want to have...
he's fighting her off.
He's suing her over sexual harassment.
Well, see, the whole thing to me is that, first of all, she's chasing him around the office, begging him to have sex.
Yeah, like a woman that looks like that does not beg anyone for sex. I'm just sorry. She's
got to get him in an office and force him to have sex with her.
Yeah, she can't find anyone else. The woman is a goddess. She's sitting there, I want you. And meanwhile, he looks like he's caving in.
And they also have the woman who's playing his wife in the promos.
Yeah.
And you look at her and you look at Demi Moore and say, he was fighting?
Yeah, what are you fighting about? I wouldn't fight. And then I'd have an excuse. I'd be like, hey, I would have lost my job.
That's right.
My wife has to understand.
I don't see where the problem is.
I did it for my family.
Why is there a movie?
Obviously, I turn women on so much, I'm going to have to just give in.
Look, honey, I had to do it.
Yeah. I don't buy any of it. I heard my name is mentioned like twice in the movie.
Yeah, I've been reading faxes to that account.
Yeah. Supposedly that's the only 2 laughs in the whole movie. Just mentioning the name Howard Stern.
Well, they're already anticipating problems, as far as I can tell, because they've been talking about the sex scenes in the movie.
Yeah.
Whenever you have a problem, you start pumping the fact that you have a lot of sex in the movie.
Yeah, and who wants to see Michael Douglas with his clothes off, quite frankly?
Oh, they say there's no clothes off.
Oh, good. If Demi Moore doesn't take her clothes off, huh?
No, she says there's no clothes removed.
She wasn't getting naked with him. No clothes removed. Sounds like Polish sex. Going all the way. No clothes removed. The other movie that looks real stupid is John Lovitz, Dana Carvey, and some other guy.
Isn't that Nicolas Cage?
Oh, yeah, Nicolas Cage, Cope's brother.
Yeah.
That looks like maybe the worst movie ever made. Dana Carvey appears to be doing a stupid voice. And because he plays a bank robber with those two. I mean,
yeah, they're supposed to be befuddled bank robbers. I think they're supposed to be playing the Three Stooges.
Oh, really? I guess it didn't work. I'm sure on some level they thought that was going to work. I guess on the script or something. I don't know.
Well, I have a question now after seeing Dana Carvey outside of Saturday Night Live in several movies. Does he have a sense of humor?
I don't know. What happened to him? He's good in sketches.
Because he hasn't done one funny movie.
No. Well, that's the problem. That's sort of what I'm going through with my script now. It's like it's not funny yet, and it's not up to my standards. I do have standards, by the way. Yeah,
but I'm saying, Dana Carvey's supposed to be a funny guy. Couldn't he look at a script and say, this isn't funny?
I think that, like, a lot of people are so desperate to be in a movie, and they want to say, hey, my career's on track, that they'll do any movie. I mean, I really want to do a movie, but I won't do a movie that's going to end my career. You know? I'm not going to do something that sucks just because I know I could have a big first weekend because all my fans will go see it.
Right.
You know? I just couldn't stomach doing it and putting that much time into something and then having it suck.
It just amazes me that he keeps doing these interviews where he acts like a funny guy, but you never see it on screen.
Yeah, well, you know what the problem is, too? That a lot of these guys just have to keep working in order to remain hot. And you know what? They don't really care that much. Like, they might get in a good movie, they might not, as long as they just keep getting in movies.
Yeah, but... You know, then you look at a Jim Carrey and you say, well, there's a guy who took some unfunny material and made it funny.
Yeah, well, he's exceptional. And also, you know, let's see if he can do it again.
Well, he's coming up for... Dumb and Dumber is the test, I think.
Yeah, right.
If he can make that funny, I will declare him genius.
Yeah, funny movies are harder to come by. You know why funny movies are hard to come by now?
How? How come?
It's very simple. Movies are so big budgeted now. There's so much, even like a low budget movie, which is like $12 million now, and then you got to advertise and everything that sends it up to about $20 million. Suddenly, it's like you can't make frivolous comedies anymore. You can't make they all sort of fit into this cookie cutter mold. They got to appeal to kids. They got to appeal to the family. They got to be broad based. They got to be this. They can't be experimental or unusual. You don't want to do anything offensive because you know you don't want to. And what happens is you get every script is the same. Yeah, it's a different little story and everything, but every script is basically the same.
It's got this many gags, this many chases, this many...
Yeah.
Yeah. And nobody goes out on the limb to try to really do anything very funny because it might be offensive or the kids won't like it or it can't be too adult.
And even like when I meet with the people about my movie, one of the drafts had some real offensive stuff in it, and they said, no, you can't do that. I said, well, how can you do a story about me and not be offensive? I mean, really. I mean,
you're going to have to tell a story about somebody else.
Yeah, I said, you know, you've got to deal with warts and all. You got to deal with everything that I do. A lot of the stuff I've done, most people don't find funny. A lot of them find it really offensive. In fact, I don't even know if I did it to be funny.
I remember, you know, I was doing something last night, and I was thinking about the time that you recreated the birth of your first daughter on the air, and it sounded so real. People started complaining that they couldn't believe you snuck a tape recorder into the delivery room.
Yeah. And, you know, the thing is that it was offensive.
Yeah. I mean, people got sick listening to that.
Yeah. I mean, our first videotape ever was just me rolling around in bed for about a half hour with some hookers.
And a lot of ugly people in underpants.
Let me correct that. Not hookers. Porno stars.
Yeah.
Lesbian porno stars. But one of them really wasn't a lesbian. The other one, I don't know.
They just did lesbian stuff.
Yeah. They were porno stars. Which to me I never understood anyway, because you're actually being paid to have sex. So if you're being paid to have sex, isn't that... Yeah. How come the law doesn't... never mind. Anyway, so...
Because everybody's getting paid. The John, the hooker...
Why don't hookers just carry cameras with them, videotape their sex, and they could never be arrested? They call it a movie.
See, the guys got to get paid, too.
Loophole. So the guy can get paid, too. Give him a stipend. Give him back $1. You know what I'm saying?
He can give his salary to charity.
A hooker should walk up to a guy in the street and go, would you like to produce a movie? And the guy go, yeah, sure. You go, okay.
Carry contracts with us.
Carry contracts, sign up, and here, we're making a movie.
Is that legal? Why do they do it in hotel rooms and keep changing locations?
Because it's just low budget. Yeah, location. It's the 3 L's of filmmaking. So, you know, there it is. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying, everybody? Anybody follow any of this?
No. Need a roadmap for this company.
You're not kidding. Hey, I had a brainstorm yesterday.
Uh-oh.
And I said, yeah.
Finally turned that thing on and fired it up.
Yeah. Hey, I was talking to some guy yesterday. I'll tell you my brainstorm, but I was talking to some guy yesterday, and he said that, there wasn't. He said that book, Interview with the Vampire, it was very homosexual.
Yes.
I said, yeah. And he goes, well, the movie wasn't gay, it wasn't homosexual. I go, are you kidding me?
It wasn't gay enough for him.
Yeah, I don't know what he was talking about. I said, are you kidding me? I said, Tom Cruise came off like a major homo.
Yeah.
Who ever heard of vampires sucking other guys?
Never. Dracula never bit men.
Which never made sense to me, because if you were a vampire, wouldn't you just want blood? Why be seducing women? But
you would be opportunistic and you'd bite whoever was around.
That was the gayest movie I ever saw. I know, I was fidgeting in my seat a couple of times.
I mean, when he rose up off the ground biting Brad Pitt, he was in ecstasy.
That was pretty gay. I got to admit, I got a little roused.
That was the major concern when Tom Cruise took the part. Everybody was afraid he'd erase all the homoeroticism from the film in order to preserve his career image as a great guy.
Hey, you know who's a stupid ass? Greg Kinnear, man. Have you seen those TV commercials with him?
For Eagle?
Yeah, for Eagle.
Yeah.
He's a stupid ass. He's so damn smug, man. No wonder no one watches him. And it looks like a guy imitating Letterman.
Yeah. After you mentioned that, I started watching him on Talk Soup and stuff, and I do see it.
Yeah, he's like Letterman light. He stinks. Hey, did you see in the paper today that, obviously I got a lot on my mind.
Yeah, you're just...
I'm on fire.
Rattling through those topics.
You could tell I was working at the computer last night. Actually putting some effort into the show.
Well, hey, we're good.
I had this newspaper article. Hey, you got the Daily News, Jackie Jogman?
Yes, I do, Mr. Stern, right here.
Thank you. There's a big article, an interview with Tom Snider in the Daily News, and I had to laugh because Tom Snider now has a late-night talk show after Letterman, because Letterman's so insecure he had to appoint Tom Snider, a 60-year-old has-been, to follow him so he won't look old. Listen to this. I can't believe, David Biannacooley can be pretty rough on people, and even he's fluffing out on this thing, not saying that Tom Snider sucks. How could you not say that?
You know what? In an interview, they don't usually do that. What they do is they interview the person, and then when they do the review, they unload on.
Oh, okay. Tom Snider sat in a borrowed office on the 12th floor of the Ed Sullivan Theater yesterday, feet up on the desk, awaiting the next interviewer to pop in and ask. Can you imagine Tom Snider all of a sudden? This is a guy who never got ratings, was out on the beach. CNBC, a bad television station, gave him a little talk show, and now Letterman is reviving him because they couldn't find anyone else in the world to do a talk show.
He looks all over.
Yeah, this is some innovator.
Holding court now.
Yeah, and now he's up with his feet propped up on the desk. Why would they allow this? He's holding court. Tom Snider with his feet up on, hey, I'm just a lucky man. I'm lucky to be here. Yeah, you're not kidding, pal. And the sad thing is, he's going to beat Conan O'Brien. So he's going to think he's on top. Tom Snider, who couldn't even get a rating point in late-night radio, he's going to beat Conan O'Brien.
You really think so?
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
No, I still hold out hope.
I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
Oh, dear.
I mean, they're both going to be about a 1.5, but Conan will be a 1.3 and Tom Snider will be a 1.7.
Yeah, and they'll be racing all the way.
Yeah.
For those tenths of points.
His feet up on the desk, awaiting the next interviewer to pop in and ask questions about the Late Show. Tom Snider now holding court. Each interviewer, each newspaper reporter brought in to discuss the battle of the Titans between Tom Snider and Conan O'Brien.
Yes. Network
television is in bad shape.
This is why the audience is leaving.
Yep. The show premieres on CBS in little more than a month, right behind... And why this is taking so long to put together, I don't know.
Yeah, well, they have to work on Tom.
Yeah. The show premieres on CBS in little more than a month, right behind Snider's NBC replacement and CBS champion, David Letterman. 12 floors up isn't exactly the top of the world, but Snider made it seem that way. Serene, enthusiastic, grateful, thoughtful, reflective. Here was a guy about to return to late-night TV. I think it'll be okay, he says, smiling. Then he laughs and shrugs, but you know something? You never know. Yeah, great. A philosopher. There's a man built with confidence. He knows it's not going to go all right because nothing in his career has gone right.
See, this is what I'm hoping, that Jonas that he has on his back will just keep going and following him.
Unfortunately, I don't know if Conan's the man to take away that, to strip him of all his dignity.
So, but, see, Tom had no competition the last time he self-destructed.
That's true, too. I got to admit, you know, maybe Snider will lose. Last time, they gave him a network radio show. He had absolutely no competition at overnights, and he lost that. They actually determined that no one was listening. Then they, I don't know.
See, he's never had competition.
Yeah. Even when he was on NBC, he didn't have competition. That's
what I'm saying. So he's always done this all by himself.
Tom Snider's the guy who has a foot race by himself and then trips and loses. You know?
That's what I'm hoping will occur again. It doesn't matter that Conan's there.
Last Thursday on live television, Snider said farewell to his Tom Snider audience on CNBC. That was a bittersweet night, Snider says. We had good success at CNBC. Yeah, you sure did. You didn't have to worry about ratings. And I made a lot of new friends. And
and they won't be able to find you on CBS.
And then the program developed into something that people like to watch. It was one of the greatest jobs in broadcasting. Now Tom Snider has spent his busy days posing for pictures with Charles Grodin, who is taking over his time slot. Two losers.
If it was such a great job, why is he leaving it?
Yeah. Imagine Tom Snider sitting in a room as reporters have to go in one at a time to speak with the man. Oy.
Yeah, and you're sitting out and just imagine being a reporter.
Yeah.
And you got to wait.
For Tom. Yeah. Suddenly, a year ago, you could have just sat. You could have called Tom Snider up in the middle of the night. He would have talked to you. Now you have to wait in line to talk to him. Gee. Freak. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after these words.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show. Here's Howard.
There's a cat in here, I think.
Well, you behave.
Is that you singing, or I heard meow, 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 meow?
Oh, so I feel good today, and I was humming along.
No, I'll ruin that. That girl, I'm looking at Penthouse magazine. The girl who,
all right, Fred.
The girl who was suing
the president,
Paula Jones. Beastly pictures.
Well, she wasn't done up for a professional photography session.
When you look like this, you shouldn't be in any session.
I think what this was, you know, like they were fooling around.
With the camera?
This was her boyfriend.
Nice guy.
They were fooling around, and he said, let me take some pictures. And so she started posing for him. But, you know, there was no lighting, no makeup.
Yeah.
It looked like they had some fun before these pictures were taken.
The face is nasty. I see her on TV. I think the face is nasty. Well, she's suing the president. I don't know. She suddenly came alive 3 years after an incident, but or something like that. I don't know all the details, but it didn't sound like they did anything. She was alone in a hotel room with him, she claims, and she claims that the worst that he did was he said, hey, can I have some oral sex?
Well, he took his pants down or something.
Yeah.
Well, so what's wrong with that?
If you're a nun, I guess there's something wrong with that, but I don't know.
Well, all I know is I have heard of women who come on the talk shows and say, like, 3 or 4 years later they realized they were raped.
Yeah.
So I guess this is something.
Yeah, she woke up 3 or 4 years later and realized that a guy propositioned her. I mean, it's not even like he did anything to her. He didn't hold her in the room or anything.
No, she couldn't. It wasn't like she couldn't escape or anything like that.
Even if it did happen. I don't doubt it happened. So what? Say no and leave. I mean, if a guy holds you there, at least if you're going to make... I don't think she's making up a story, because if you're going to make up a story, you can make up a better one than that. Like, he held me down, and I managed to punch him. And the state troopers wouldn't let me leave, and I had to do this in order to get out of the room. Yeah, so I don't think she's making up a story, but she's just trying to cash in on something that happened that is laughable. You know, if a woman came up to your room and stuff, you know, and like she seems to be interested in you, and she's coming on, you know, so like they did a whole come on down in the down at this
like
party.
He's a man with a lot of time, so he didn't have like, you know, the time for dinner and several dates. Yeah, so he came up and he says, "Hey, you want to get going here?" And she's like, "No."
She walked in by accident.
No,
she knew where she was going.
Yeah, I mean. But why doesn't a judge just throw that out? Because they want to bust the president's balls? Is that it?
If she freaked out, you'd think she'd run out screaming.
And sexual harassment, if that's the charge, that would mean that she had to have a job with him in order for him to take it away or something?
Did she work for the state?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't remember all the particulars.
I just think it's a situation where, you know, if this guy was just Joe Schmo and this happened to her, it would be like laughable.
Ago he was.
Yeah, he was Joe Schmo. I call it flirting.
Is she claiming that, you know, like she was so traumatized she can't have sex with her husband or something?
I don't know. By the way, I'm a big fan of Drew Barrymore's looks. I think she's a hot little piece of ass. Oh. But I'm looking at this Playboy.
This child who's an E.T.
Yeah. I'm looking at these pictures in Playboy, and I don't think she looks good in this.
Oh, really? You would not have done the photo shoot this way?
Nope. I would not.
I haven't seen them. I don't know. I just know they were saying she has some tattoos. That's all I know.
Some tattoos, and her breasts look real...
Oh, maybe you've just gotten so jaded you don't like natural anymore.
No, it's not that. It's just that these pictures look cheesy. They're not sexy. Her hair looks crummy in them.
Maybe
shoes...
she was going for that, like, punk girl look.
I don't know, but she's wearing shoes that aren't sexy. They're like, really... These are shoes that a girl would think are sexy, but they're not. They're like little spaghetti straps. I don't know. It's just like nobody put any effort into this thing. Very disappointed here. Take a look. There's Drew Barrymore.
Not cute.
She's real cute, and she doesn't look cute in this. I mean, I'm not that horny for her now. I used to be real horny for her, and now I'm like, yeah. What do you think?
I hate to disagree with you.
You think that looks good?
The breasts look all right. They're smaller than I thought. But
well, I think they're flat and look like...
Yeah, they are kind of hanging.
They're not supposed to look like that.
They're hanging?
Yeah, they're hanging. They're not supposed to look like that until you have a few kids.
Oh. How old is Drew? She's been through a lot.
In dog years, she's 40.
Yeah, she's about 40.
Yeah. What do you think?
That's a shot that should have never been in there. Look at that.
Let me see that.
Her breasts look tiny right there.
Where? This one?
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, and then they got her bending over, taking her panties off. It's not sexy. You see a little flab in the middle. It's just, they're not the best pictures.
Well, I'm sure they had others. Why did they pick these?
Those might have been the best.
Boy, I'd hate to see the ones they threw away.
Yeah. She doesn't look good, and her hair looks crummy. Not that I would kick her out of bed or anything.
No, you haven't. She hasn't reached that point yet.
You want to see him, Robin?
No.
Fred, you want to look?
Yeah, let me take a look.
All right, here. Fred's like a real connoisseur. He'll understand.
Well, he likes perfection, so if she's not perfect...
Well, no, not necessarily.
Yeah.
I mean, I make allowances.
Mr.
She's cute on the first one.
First page, they look good.
Kind of looks like a good-looking Courtney Love.
Right.
Yeah, she looks sweet. All right, let's get in there.
That page is good, and then she turns into a pony.
That doesn't look bad.
Let me see. Which one?
That's the first one
That
I saw.
doesn't look too bad.
I don't know. Look at her hair and everything. I don't know.
Oh, the hair.
Look at those shoes.
She could definitely stand a shampoo.
Those little... women don't understand something. Those skinny little spaghetti strap shoes. Show Robin those shoes that Drew Barrymore's wearing. That doesn't turn a guy on.
Well, look, these photos are shot by guys for a guy magazine.
Yeah, but she must have put up...
You guys make her out to be.
No, I'm not saying she's horrible. Listen, I'm as ugly as sin, so I can't talk about anybody.
Well, I can see what he's talking about her hair. She really didn't try at all with that.
Nah.
And get that out of my face.
Madonna, Courtney Love look.
Yeah, it's not that
you
great.
Can see
it doesn't
the
work for her.
And it's not styled in any way at all.
Yeah, she looks very asexual in those pictures. She doesn't look like she needs it.
I think they were going for some kind of a retro thing, but
I think they're trying to go for some kind of art thing. It almost looks like a 1930s art thing.
Right. Yeah, I don't like women weren't exciting in 1930.
Yeah, she looks like one of those silent film stars.
Yeah.
Like those 1910, black and white pictures or something like that you see in magazines.
Hey, Fred, I didn't know you were going to do a month on this.
In fact, he's going to do a dissertation about what they were going for.
Fred's doing his doctorate. Give me the pictures back, will you?
If you have to analyze it that much, I guess it's not a good job.
And that tattoo on her ass in the water makes it look like she had an accident and they didn't clean it up. You know what I mean? Look at that.
What are her tattoos of?
The real bad tattoos like blotchy. Like she's got this way too big tattoo on her ankle that's a big giant cross. But it's really ornate and a little too big. Then she's got a big one on her ass that looks like it looks like duty. You know, it looks like a big smear on her back. And then sort of right under her belly button, she's got a way too big butterfly. Like I like that area. It almost looks like hair.
You like that clean shaven.
Yeah.
And you don't want even the resemblance of hair.
Yeah, and then the butterfly's not so bad, but then next to the butterfly, right by her crotch, she's got a bunch of roses and stuff. That's okay. The placement of the tattoos is a little... I don't know. Her tattoos scream out, I'm unhappy. You know what I mean?
I'm messed up.
I'm messed up.
I've been through a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I like a tattoo on the ankle on a girl, but that tattoo that she's got is just way too big a statement, and it's not all that attractive. And the butterfly...
I wonder what period those tattoos were done in.
Yeah, and the butterfly on her belly button is like... I don't know.
She overdid it.
By the time she hits 40, she'll look 90. All right? Understood? Capiche?
It was a good thing they took those pictures now.
Yeah, right. Time's running out.
She's 40, she'll look like 18.
Right. Hey, you want to hear something funny?
What?
Well, I mean, everything on the show is funny, but...
Yeah, finally we're going to do something funny this
Yeah, right. No, I mean... I hate talking about, Imus, because I know when I talk about him,
it pumps him up.
It pumps him up somehow,
or
to
think of him and listen to him.
Yeah. And I don't get a lot of now when I'm in public, I never hear anybody even say, "Hey Howard, I listen to Imus," because nobody listens to him because he sucks. And anytime he does anything, he does it like me. So Imus came out with this is the deal. When we went to NBC originally, which is almost 15 years ago now.
Well, not that long.
How many? 12?
About 10.
About 10 years ago now? Okay. When we went, it seems like 15.
No, actually, you're right. It's more like 12.
Okay, 12. So when we went to NBC 12 years ago, has it really been 12 years?
Good Lord, I guess it's so. Yeah, 1982.
Then why do the days drag so slow here? And yet so much time has passed. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I'm having fun.
Getting the most out of every minute.
Yeah. Well, anyway, when we went to NBC, Imus didn't write the book. His partner, Charles McCord, wrote a book. And they put Imus's name on it.
Why does McCord do that?
I don't know. It's like a whole thing. Imus really sucks. He was a crummy DJ when we went there. He never did anything innovative. He never talked. He never did anything. And he sucked.
Well, he drank.
Yeah. And he was losing ratings for the station. Now if you tune in his show, he kind of just sounds like me, but
you know what
worse.
I was thinking about? I remember the day that Z100 went on the air with their morning zoo.
And just beat their pants off him.
Well, they were always constantly talking about how wonderful Imus was.
Yeah.
But the day Z100 went on the air, every executive in the company was listening to it and crying.
Yeah.
Because they knew they were going to get their pants whipped.
And we were crying because Z100 really sucked. And we knew NBC was keeping us on in the afternoons because... Let's face it, if they had fired us, the only reason they kept us as long as they did, we would have gone on against Imus and kicked his ass.
Right.
And I was mad because Z100 sucked so bad and they were getting to kick his ass.
Right, I couldn't believe it. They were sitting there shaking in their boots, yet he was supposed to be this genius.
So anyway, when we were there, so Imus used to try to market stuff. Like when we first got there, he had a poster of himself that was taken through a lens with jelly all over it or something, trying to make him look sexy.
I think it was the same people were shooting him that were shooting Doris Day.
Yeah, and so they had this scheme going where they were going to sell these posters, and it ended up no one bought them. And I remember they were stuck with all these posters.
Yeah, they were sitting around the station in boxes.
All these posters of Imus. And he had this like sexy girl's leg in it, and Imus was peeking through the blinds to look at the sexy girl's leg, and it was like, and Imus looks like 190 years old. He's like this old guy with leathery skin, and he's got a big roast beef under his neck, and he looks like a woman. He looks like an old woman. In fact, you see the pictures of him now. He looks like an old woman. Like all male hormone has left his body. He's now full of estrogen.
Imus is a woman.
He's a woman. He's now a female impersonator. So it's the funniest thing. And Imus was one of these dopes that really never knew what to do on the radio. It's like he kind of did what I did. He would just start changing his act every day. He even got to the point where he started calling my mother on the air because I called my mother. It drove him nuts. And he was like, oh, you mean you can talk on the radio and you can talk to each other? And
you can call your family? Well, I'll call your family.
Yeah, right, because he didn't have a family because he totally alienated his entire family, and he was 100 years old, so his mother was dead. So, I don't know. It turned into this thing now where I really hated the guy's guts because he not only ripped everything off that I did, but then went into a denial about it, about how great he was. So anyway, then they came out with this other scheme when the Post was in Incel. They put out a book called God's Other Son. So Charles wrote it about that character Imus did, Billy Saul Hargis.
Right.
And I remember they were going around the station handing out free copies. Gary remembers this too because he got a free copy. And you took it home because you were kind of excited because you wanted to read somebody's work, and you couldn't get through. You literally could not get through the first page. It was so bad. Did you remember getting a free copy?
Yeah, because I used to do traffic right next to, during Imus's show. I work with the traffic reporter.
Yeah.
And I remember I was like a kid, and I was like, Imus actually gave me a copy.
Oh, he handed it to you himself.
Or maybe his producer did, but it was like, I don't know, I was all excited because you never get anything for free. So I was so excited, I said, I'm going to take this home and I'm going to read it.
Yeah, that's how I was, too. I was like, hey, I'm really curious. I want to see what he writes.
And everyone around the station was talking about how great it was, so I was like, I actually, you pick a time, you're going to sit down.
Right, get into it.
A great moment. You're going to crack open this book.
Because maybe he's funny in writing since he hasn't been funny on the radio in 20 years.
Because I'm going to read this book in one sitting, because that's what everyone tells us.
Sure. Yeah.
And then I sat down, and I read the foreword, and, he talks about how he wrote the book. And I got to the first page, which is really only a half a page. It says chapter 1, it's a half a page. And I read it 10 times because I didn't get what was going on.
Me too, that's what I did. I said my reading comprehension must be low because I don't understand it. I didn't understand. Literally what happened to me was I could not follow what they were writing. And I said, well, I feel really dumb. I don't understand what he's saying. And then when I started talking to other people, they finally came clean and go...
Yet one sitting meant that was as long as you were going to give it.
The book was unreadable, and as a result, I think only some of his hardcore fans bought it. I think they sold 5,000 copies.
Oh, boy.
This was 15 years ago. So then... They figured out, since the book bombed so bad, because it was unreadable.
Well,
and plus,
Imus didn't... the same book they were going to turn into a musical?
A musical.
Yeah, and Imus was all pumped up about this book because Kinky Friedman was going to write music, and he was going to come to Broadway, his play, and because his book was going to be such a smash. And meanwhile, the whole thing bombed. Everyone lost interest because the book sold 5,000 copies. Also, Imus didn't know how to promote the book because I hadn't written a book yet. So he didn't know how to promote it.
He didn't know what to do.
Now, so now the book company, Simon & Schuster, ironically, is flipping out because they've got all these copies of the book and it didn't sell, so they decide to release it in paperback. And what they do is they come up with a marketing scam. They go, the book is so bad that we'll just take a picture of an almost naked woman, put it on the front, and when guys run to catch a plane, they'll see, God's Other Son. They'll make that real small, Don Imus, and they see Imus's name and a naked woman, and they're going to think, wow.
Yeah, and they'll grab it.
So that's what they did, and it still didn't sell. People were like, the paperback didn't sell.
That's what, 12 years ago? So this book has been out for 12 years.
Well, what it was it wasn't out for 12 years. They discontinued it. It was an embarrassment, so they hid it. So anyway, Simon & Schuster decides to re-release the book because in light of me selling books.
Right, yeah.
And
Imus must be selling books now.
And Imus now knows how to sell a book because he's heard me do it, which he does every day. So now he got on the radio and was like, I don't want to go do a book signing. Whatever I said, I got to go do a book signing again, and I don't want to do it, and the book is so great, and he did 4-hour, when I was talking about my book, I was genuinely excited about it and all that stuff, but
this is 12 years old.
yeah, all of this. So he's pretending like it's a new release,
right?
And that he's doing so. So the book gets on the bestseller list because now he's on about 30 other stations because I came up with the idea to syndicate my radio show, and this company put him in business, of course, which pisses me off to no end, but my association is ending soon anyway, so they can have all the Imuses they want. But I had to fight the company to get myself into syndication, and then 2 weeks later...
Oh, it was a bold experiment.
I had to
go into a laboratory.
I had to sign documents that I wouldn't mention the call letters of other radio stations that I was on. And meanwhile, he can mention anything he wants. Yeah. It just was ridiculous. So, hey, okay. That's show business.
But I just remember, the whole scenario. It was like, this can be done. No, it can't. This can be done. Yeah. No, it can't.
Yeah.
And then you finally prove it can be done, first on one station, then on 3 stations, and now everybody else just goes.
Yeah, so he got on 30 stations or so, and Simon & Schuster decides to re-release the book. And I wasn't even going to talk about this, because why should I give the guy energy and talk about his book and stuff? But this is just so funny that I had to talk about it. So... the book goes to, like, number 8 on the bestseller list. Now, the bestseller list isn't like movies. When you hear that a movie came out and sold X amount of tickets, made $50 million its first weekend, you can tell exactly how many it sold.
How much money and how many people went.
When records sell, they say, like, Pearl Jam sold 7 million albums. They tell you.
If an album goes gold or platinum, you know what you're talking about.
Right. In the book world, all they have is the New York Times bestseller list, and they never list how many books you sell. All they list is that you're number 8, so you think, wow, that's really big. So Imus ends up at a 30 station selling like under 100,000 books. Oh. But he gets to number 8 because most books don't sell 10,000 copies.
Yeah.
So now he decides he's going to have book signings. So he gets on the air for 4 hours a day for weeks and talks about his book signing. The police start putting out barricades here in New York because they figure, well, he's going to be like Howard Stern, and he's going to have, all these people show up, and it's going to become a riot. And, and he's talking about there's going to be police barricades. So I found out that I think like 30 people showed up.
Are you kidding?
No, I heard it was real embarrassing because all the barricades and everything were out there for Imus's big book signing. And then when they went out there, it was like nobody online.
Well, I certainly didn't see it on the news, so he couldn't have caused much of a commotion.
But I think that would have been a funny news story.
Yeah.
Imus's book signing, no one showed up for Imus's book signing.
Unfortunately... The only person they would report that on is you.
Yeah. Oh, if no one showed up at my book signing, believe me, it would be front page news.
That's the only person who could get that kind of story done.
According to my sources, there were 3 barricades per person.
People were carrying their own.
Yeah, people were completely barricaded. There was no chance of Imus being attacked.
This is my barricade, damn it.
Evidently, it was like over real quick, and they tried to like stall it so that the line would look big.
What, they closed the door so people had to stand outside?
Yeah. Because, he's trying to pawn off a 15-year-old bomb that basically...
I told you, when I saw it in the bookstore, I said to you, is that old book?
Yeah. That book that no one wanted to read. The big Broadway play. Number 8.
I couldn't believe it. I said, he's shameless. He's put out that old book again.
Yeah. The one they put the dirty picture of the girl on.
15 years to think of something else.
And it's the worst.
Same old stupid book.
It's the worst book. You can't even follow it. It's not about him, right? It's just this.
It's this fictional character of his.
Yeah.
So he didn't add stuff to it?
No. It's just Simon & Schuster re-released it because they figured, well, hey, how now there's interest in disc jockey books.
Cash in.
Yeah. Cash in? That bad book, and he's going around promoting it. And and it only pisses off his fans even more because now they'll never buy anything. The 100,000 that were duped will now never buy another thing.
Right. Maybe they'll even stop listening. They'll finally get it, that there's nothing there.
But the guy's so effing lazy that he can't even, rework the material. He knows it's a bomb, but he doesn't care. He doesn't know how to do anything that I don't do. It's like, now he's marrying some young girl who's obviously got to be in love with that face of his. It's frightening when you see pictures of them together in the paper. The guy is a wrecked man. He's just he's barely a man. And
it's one thing when somebody marries an old Burt Lancaster. You know, it's a shame she's not getting the real Burt. But Imus was never anything.
She's got to be... he's got some money. He's got money, and she's a real good-looking girl and everything, but it's a sad day when you got to marry Imus. And probably...
somebody ought to get to her because she's got some kind of a self-esteem problem.
Well, if I was single...
that she can only get Imus.
Because if I was single, I would just go in and take her away from him.
Not to keep her.
No.
Just to have her and drop her.
Yeah, right. Dump her. We should send her a condolence card. Hey, Gary, buy a condolence card. I'm going to send it to her.
Soaking in vodka.
Yeah.
Send some dead flowers and say, I must touch these.
He doesn't even know how to get married. He's like, he's such a stupid ass that he's going up to, they're going to like Arizona to some Indian reservation to get married.
Oh, he's an Indian now?
Yeah, because, you know, if I was getting remarried or something, then he would know what to do. But he doesn't know what to do. You know, you don't do that.
Well, she doesn't want a real marriage. She wants some witch doctor to dance around.
If I was her, I'd get a real marriage. That's the only way you get your hands on his money. Although I'm sure he had her sign a prenup, which if I was her, I would beg her.
She should have held out.
Don't.
Yeah, he would have done anything.
Yeah.
But when I saw there was,
you know, the reality is it's kind of exciting for a young pretty girl to have a guy who's got a career and everything. Although she has to walk through the streets with him while people yell out my name.
Yeah.
But the reality is she's got to like sleep with him. I mean, that's the reality. She has to sit there and please him sexually.
Well, as Roseanne says, there's this thing called disassociation.
Yeah.
You don't have to be there while that's happening.
Right. Maybe I hang up that picture of him over the bed, the poster where they shot it from the telescopic lens and try to pretend he still looks like that.
There is no time at which it would have been fun to sleep with Ina.
He looks like a wooden Indian.
Maybe that's why he's going to a reservation to get married.
So I just think that's kind of funny, and I've been thinking a lot about it, but
Arizona, maybe he, I don't know, likes to see people in his former state. That's why he's going there.
Yeah.
When he sees all those guys laying on the back of the pickup truck.
And drunk. Go see some drunken Indians. Yeah. You know how your fingers get wrinkly after you get out of a bathtub for like an hour? Yeah. His whole body is like that.
Ow.
It's like a woman's body. The lung problem, and his whole chest must be opened up, and must have big saggy breasts.
And the cigarettes.
Oh, man.
On the fake teeth.
Big fake teeth when he smiles.
That's not a man, that's a medical specimen.
I know. And you see him interviewed sometimes, and it's really uncomfortable to look at.
It's a walking, moving cadaver.
Yeah. Ugh, she's got to take his seed. How sick is that?
You really think he has some left?
I don't know. I have no clue.
Yeah,
I don't know what he has left.
What nightmare that must be, trying to get him excited.
She's hot looking. I mean, she could have a guy, but, it's sad. It's just sad to me, that's all.
I just read the other day that cigarette smoking leads to impotence. Cocaine leads to impotence, and alcoholism leads to impotence. You really think there's something going on?
Well, I don't know. I'm sure he's able to. I'm not going to sit there and tell you what goes on in the bedroom.
She'll be pregnant next week.
Right. I'm not going to tell you that, but I'll tell you one thing. That's not a pretty sight. That naked. Come here to me, baby.
I choose to think he was just looking for companionship.
Yeah. Maybe he doesn't ask her for sex. All right. Anyway, we got to take a break. Let me see if I can get this thing going. I was watching the Pat Cooper shows again on E. I taped them and I watched them again.
Fun.
Yeah, they're great. It's really good.
Pat literally, he started out, I was watching, the segment where he was talking to Scott back in the Jock Lounge. And he starts off kind of reasonable, and then he builds and builds and builds until he's almost out of his mind.
I know.
Screaming and pointing and shaking his fingers.
It's great television. Really is good. We got to take a break. We'll be back right after these words.
Howard Stern.
To order Jackie's Wild Comedy CD or cassette, it's $10 plus $3 shipping and handling. Holiday special, buy two, get one free. Call 1-800-323-KING. Friday night, December 16th at Catch a Rising Star in the Governor Morris Hotel in Morristown, New Jersey.
Governor Morris Hotel.
Yeah, Jackie, big fan of Governor Morris. For dirty jokes and info, call 516-922-WINE. Remember, 516-922-WINE is not a pay service. I love that sneeze of his.
Sounds like he's barking. Sounds like one of those dogs on that song.
Just a new way Jackie trying to get attention for himself on the show. I hadn't paid attention in the last 5 minutes.
Oh, I'm here.
Yeah.
Oh, Jackie.
Jackie's the kind of guy who, during attendance, said present, so the teacher would notice him and have to look up.
Jackie, a sneeze way louder than any human makes.
Hey, boy, sit up, sneeze.
And he didn't turn away from the mic. He did it right into the mic.
Right. Well, that's how I got it mic so well.
He wasn't trying to obscure it.
I'm trying. You know what's funny? His voice is so much deeper in his sneeze than it is when he talks.
But it also has that stridation, you know, like the different bands in it.
Like when he talks.
Overtones and undertones.
Right.
One.
I'm checking.
Go away.
And notice there was nothing in that big a sneeze. Don't you, like, lose some fluid? He had nothing in his hand.
And it's like, pay attention to me. That's what it says. It's like, pay attention to me.
I could be dying.
I'm on the show, too. Howard's not the only player in this.
I'm trying to sell CDs.
All right, very good.
One sneeze.
One sneeze and they get all over.
One sneeze.
12 years. That sneeze was as real as any Billy has done today.
Right. Oh. Oh. Slow it down. It gives us a stupid phone number out.
She.
You're on the air.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, could I speak to Howard?
Yes?
Howard?
Yeah? Yes?
Am I calling the right number?
Yes? Yes? Yes, you are. Hello?
He's going to hang up.
Oh. Yes?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes? Hello?
Right.
Yes?
I'll play on the phone as long as you like.
Yes? All right, what can we do for you?
Okay, this is Charles. I'm in Hollywood. Howard,
You're in Hollywood, but you're in Hollywood, Florida.
Right, Hollywood, Florida, right.
I spent some time there. I hated it. You know, you hear the name Hollywood, Florida?
You think it must be a happening place.
It's real boring.
You really put me on, with that call there.
What?
Anyway, listen, you talked about Snapple a while back, right?
How you doing, Bunky?
Pretty good.
You sound incredibly challenged. Are you in a wheelchair?
I sound incredibly what?
Challenged, mentally challenged. Are you a smart guy?
Do you know?
Yeah, I'm very, very intelligent.
Really?
Yeah.
There's something
but I'm
wrong.
also a friggin' idiot, okay?
No, it's something.
No, I'm serious.
I sense that something's wrong with you.
You have a speech impediment, don't you?
Right, I do have a speech impediment, right?
Are you cerebral palsy?
No.
Are you muscular dystrophy?
No.
Do you have a paralyzed vocal cord?
No.
Come
on.
No, I'll guess it. What's your IQ?
Beats me.
Did you ever go to college?
No.
Did you graduate high school?
Yes.
Were you in special ed?
In high school, no.
In college?
I've had continued education.
You had what?
Continued education in different fields.
So do you live in a house with a lot of other people of similar speech pattern?
That's a weird question, Howard. No.
Do you have a shrimpo company? Describe the bus that you went to in school. Was it a short yellow bus?
No.
Okay. I'm just trying to get a handle on my audience, that's all. I'm new to the Florida area.
This is neat. Go ahead.
What?
This is neat.
Meat?
Neat.
Oh, neat. Neat. I thought you said this is meat.
Did you get a lot of ribbing in high school?
No.
What's the square root of 49?
7.
Interesting. Oh, anyone can memorize that.
Rain Man. He got you.
Rain Man knew that.
Throw me another one.
All right,
I won't get it right, possibly, but throw it anyway.
No, you have. You know you have an unusual speech pattern.
Right.
Do people mistake you for
the challenged?
Yeah. Do they think that you're mentally challenged?
No.
You married?
No.
How old are you?
40-ish.
Never been on a date?
Excuse me?
Ever been out with a girl?
Oh, Howard, please. I could tell you things that'll make your head spin.
Oh, all right.
That's right.
Are you a good-looking guy?
Yes.
So was that one.
All right, anyway, what's your question?
Okay, about the Snapple thing, a few weeks back, you mentioned you had that Snapple thing going and that you feel you lost an opportunity with Procter & Gamble.
What?
What's he talking about?
This was about 2 or 3 weeks ago. You were talking about Snapple, your commercials you had.
Yeah.
And you said you had an opportunity to go ahead. You lost it with like Procter & Gamble.
In a lawsuit?
No. You lost something with Procter &
An opportunity
Gamble.
to do something. An opportunity to do something with your Snapple.
We got to jerk this guy
You don't remember, Howard?
What is it, Fafa Foley?
I think he.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think he means like when one company bought them.
Back. You understand that, right?
I don't know. He's
on
all over the
program.
place.
Is he?
Yeah, I think he means when
You were talking about.
Do you mean when I? Would you mean when I had stock or something?
You were thinking about going ahead. Yes.
I should have bought some stock in Snapple when since I believed in the company.
Right.
Yes, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's reference number one. Okay.
Okay.
Also, also
Yeah, go
you
ahead.
mentioned you're doing a movie, right? Which you haven't passed.
Which I haven't what past?
Which you have in the past.
What you have in the past?
You've done a movie in the past, right?
You're telling me you get girls, good-looking girls.
You better believe it.
How much?
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Now, you mentioned you've done a video or so, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this leading somewhere?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
No,
Definitely.
it sounds more like a questionnaire than a...
No, you're the one doing the questioning.
No,
Howard.
you said. Okay, so far you've asked me about stock, you asked me about the movie, and you asked me about video.
I made reference to it.
All right, so go ahead.
Okay, so here is the thing. I'm going ahead and making a video.
Oh.
Okay?
Oh.
Now, I'm also going ahead with my invention, which I feel would interest you in a big way.
Right. What is
I wonder
it?
if your whole audience is laughing the same way she is.
Are you drunk?
No. No, seriously. I have an invention I'm going to market, and I thought it would interest you because of your way of thinking.
All right, go ahead. Jackie, shut up. The guy's got an invention. What's the matter with you? What are you laughing at?
Be that
I really do. I have a prototype.
Like Jackie hasn't had a few wacky inventions. Hey, I got this box of giggles just like me. You can make a lot of money.
It's a joke box.
What is it? A joke box. They call it a joke box. But then the guy who made it never paid me. And he told me I was going to get a percentage of the profits. And then we came to Nancy and I'm trying to get a statement from the guy. And then he switches the company name. And it's just like with my book, the same thing happened. You're as dopey as him. Go ahead, yeah. So you made an invention.
And what's he going to do with his invention?
Well, I thought perhaps you may have an interest in it.
Yes. Okay, so in other words, I think your point is this. That I passed on Snapple stock and I should have gotten in at the ground floor.
Right.
And I made a video.
I don't know what the video has to do with it.
I don't know what the video or the movie has to do with it.
He's making a video, too, so you guys are both...
Oh, I see. So I know about the video business, and since he's making... Oh, go ahead. I think this is an investment pitch.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
It's the same
well, money,
video.
I'm always up to talk about. I'm looking to make a big killing. Now, go ahead. I trust in
What I'm
you.
talking about as much of an idiot as I think I am. Okay?
This is your lucky day. What's your first name?
My name is Robert.
Robert, this is your
Last
lucky
name
day.
is Charles.
Oh, I see. I
live in Hollywood, Florida.
I have a blank check in front of me, so you're in luck today. What do you need?
I'm serious.
How much you need?
Wait a minute, find out what it is first.
Oh, I have
Right.
Could
About
be another
the movie,
joke box.
Howard.
If it's a joke box, I'm not interested.
About the movie, Howard.
Sorry?
About the movie.
Yes.
It's uniquely different.
What movie?
What movie?
The one I'm making.
Oh, I thought you were making a video.
You better believe it.
All right, go ahead. All right, so tell me now, give me the investment pitch.
Okay, number one, the investment would be with the movie.
Yes.
Number two would be the investment with the invention, which
see.
I think...
The movie and the invention are being released simultaneously?
No. Either one.
Do you need two checks or one?
Yeah, I mean, is this two separate investments, or is it a combined investment?
Either one or both.
I see. In the video, do we chop up animals?
It's different. It's unique.
All right, now, what is the invention opportunity? Because I might be interested in that as well.
You don't want to know who's starring in the video?
Well,
maybe if you had a name that you could...
Well, does the invention go with the video?
It can, yes.
All right, now, what is it?
Howard, it's an invention, and I don't intend to disclose it over the radio, of course, but it's something that I feel as though you and your twisted mind would enjoy as much as me. And I think your audience would find it very intriguing and unique.
I think your audience would find it very intriguing and unique.
All right, now, so he's not going to tell me it, huh?
No, he won't tell you what. Well, what's the video?
The video is the same thing. It's very different. It's very unique.
Give me a synopsis.
And I think that you would enjoy...
What kind of pitch is this? I'm supposed to send a check and I don't know what it is?
Obviously, it's an X-rated, triple X to say at very least.
Oh, triple X-rated video.
Right, but of course there's no animals.
That's unique.
Yeah. What's so unique about that?
And there's no under 18, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, it's different.
I appreciate that it's very different, but I just...
It's Elmer Fudd you're doing better.
I never realized I had such an impediment on the phone. I appreciate you making fun of me.
Right.
I know, really do.
Most people do.
I hate to say, I don't think it's just on the phone.
Yeah. You think when you get off the phone you sound better?
He talks straight off the phone.
Can you say this for me? Life is like a box of chocolates. Just say that.
I don't know if I'd like to.
Say life is like a box of chocolates. I want to hear you say it.
Let me explain one.
I'm thinking of using you in my movie. Go ahead. Life is like a box of chocolates.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
Perfect.
Say, stupid is as stupid does.
Sure it is. Sure it does.
Say, my mama always told me stupid is as stupid does. Say that. Say
Howard?
that. Just say it. My mama always said stupid is as stupid does. Say it.
I'll say it, but you don't know why I'll say it.
All right, say it.
And if you can figure out why I said it, you let me know.
All right, go ahead.
Stupid is.
No, say my mama always said.
Okay. My mother always said what?
Stupid is as stupid does.
Stupid is as stupid does.
All right.
You couldn't say it all together?
Yes, my mama told me stupid is as stupid does.
Say this, Michael Douglas's face looks like I got hit by a train.
Excuse me?
All right, anyway, thanks for the investment opportunity. I really got to go. I'm not going to
send us more. You know, Howard can't just make a contribution.
I'm not looking for...
you're asking me to make a leap of faith here and trust you that the idea is so great that I just send a check. I can't see doing that. I mean, I've got to have some information on this project. I can't invest in a project I know nothing about.
He would love to just believe in you, but...
You're asking me to make a leap of faith here, and I can't do that as a smart businessman.
He's been conned too many times.
Right.
Excuse me.
Last time I made a leap of faith, I ended up with 10,000 joke boxes.
Howard, I'm not asking you for anything.
Howard, just lend me the money.
I'm not asking you for anything.
He doesn't want money.
What do you want?
What do you want?
I'm just letting you know that what I have in mind that I'm doing would interest you. If you want to look into it, we can talk about it.
Can you send us a prospectus?
Yeah. Who is preparing the prospectus on this project?
What's that?
And what agency are you with? All right. Very good.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Howard, Dr. Ruth is here.
Oh, Dr. Ruth. Oh, good.
Patiently waiting.
Oh, I didn't realize she was here yet. Well, we have her scheduled for 7:30.
7:15, but I couldn't.
Oh, did we?
I couldn't resist that guy.
Yeah. He needed sex advice. Dr. Ruth is going to say vagina and some other dirty words for us today.
Well, the name of her video is
Vagina.
Foreplay, Arousal, and Orgasm.
She has a video. Does she take off her clothes?
I watched the video.
Playboy video.
I watched the video.
Yeah.
And it's really funny because Dr. Ruth is saying, hey, look, women, this is a good message. She goes, don't be afraid to show your man your body. Maybe you're not the best-looking woman. Don't worry about if your breasts are too small or too big or if you have a little fat on your stomach. Enjoy your body. Show your body. And 3 of the hottest models are in this video.
See, if she was going to say that and then she took off her clothes, I would have thought, there you go, Dr. Ruth.
But it's to me, it's a porno. It's unbelievable because this guy and this woman get it on.
She's not opposed to porno.
No, I love it.
You mean there's actual sex in this?
Oh, yes.
Oh, you didn't share
Well, I mean, it's like, it's not penetration. But
no, but they're
Yeah, they're naked and messing around with each other.
You know what it is, Robin? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's a perfect meeting because it's Playboy. So Playboy makes it so it's Playboy models.
Is Dr. Ruth going to say some dirty words when she gets in here, hopefully?
They're in the title.
You know, she never likes to say the words in front of you.
Today, Dr. Ruth will say the following words. There's Dr. Ruth. What's the matter, Dr. Ruth?
She's ready.
Oh, you're ready? I wasn't ready to. I was going to take a commercial break, but...
Never mind commercial break. I heard what you said. I heard what you said.
Hello, Dr. Ruth.
You think I'm waiting for a commercial break?
I always forget how short Dr. Ruth is.
I know. I heard her say to show her body. There is nothing wrong with my body. Look at that.
Well, I'm saying.
4'7", nothing wrong.
Dr. Ruth.
Take your commercial break.
I can take a commercial break?
No, she came in here to tell me there's nothing wrong with her body.
I'm excited to see you. We will have fun. We will talk.
I'm happy to see you.
Yes.
Not excited, certain way.
I am happy to see you, and I'm excited to see you.
All right.
Before we take a break, do me a favor. Say period and clitoris, please. Work those into some kind of
No,
sexy
I
device.
only say that in a proper content.
Oh, give me your proper content.
Right
we
now,
will say that?
Right now, Howard.
Yes.
I can speak explicitly. You know why?
Why?
Because I'm Dr. Ruth Westheimer.
Yes.
You, however, Howard, you have to be a little bit more careful.
You think
when you say those words, first of all, say them in my accent.
No. You know what's funny about you? You always think that a guy can't make jokes about periods and clitorises. But really, in all seriousness,
there's nothing funny about a clitoris.
There's nothing funny about a clitoris? All right, listen, Dr. Ruth, when we come back, you have to loosen up and just say all kinds of dirty words. That's what we got to get ratings.
You do that, but I'll talk seriously.
All right, we're going to take a break, and then we'll be back with Dr. Ruth.
I just want to know why Dr. Ruth doesn't demonstrate what she knows. She is the expert.
Dr. Ruth.
Why is she leaving it to amateurs?
Yeah, Dr. Ruth, I would buy the video if you were naked in the video and you were doing stuff with guys.
Yes.
Now, that would be cool.
You don't have to buy it, Howard. For you and for Robin, maybe.
I watched it with my wife.
I'm going to give it to you. Are you going to watch it with your wife?
I watched it already with her.
I like that very much.
I saw the video.
I like that very much, Howard.
And I learned something.
Did you close the door
yes.
so that the children were not...
Yeah, because it is very explicit. And I did, I said to my wife...
You locked the bedroom door?
Yes.
Did
you have a warning
on
it?
And Howard, let me ask you...
I turned to her. You know what I said to her?
Did you have a wonderful sexual experience afterwards?
No, I got so angry. I said to my wife, why don't you look like the girl in the video? Look at you. You're a mess. Why don't you run around the block a few times and lose some weight? Anyway, later on in the show, you have to draw me a map so I can find my wife's clitoris. I have yet to find it. I'm married 20 years.
What street is it on?
Yeah. By the way, my wife erased the segment on anal sex in this video.
There is none in it.
Why did you leave that out?
Because...
How dare you? All right, Dr. Ruth. Sit down. Actually, you are sitting down, aren't you? Are you sitting down? No, you are not.
No, you
fooled me. I thought you were sitting down. All right, Dr. Ruth, obviously, you're all sexed up. Let's take a break. You can slow yourself down.
Do your commercial because I want to talk to you.
Good. I'm glad to see you here today.
Thank you.
And, by the way, we practice safe sex. If you notice, even my writer wears condoms on his finger. If you notice, isn't that great? All right, very good. We will take a break. No, neither have we. We will take a break, and when we come back, Dr. Ruth will explain this exciting new video.
All right.
This Playboy video, Making Love series with Dr. Ruth Westheimer.
Oh, it's a series, so we can expect more.
And one of the top sexual experts, along with Dr. Ruth, executive produced this, a guy named John Lolish, who...
he knows a lot about
I wonder who directed those sex scenes. All right, very good. Dr. Ruth will be back with us right after these words. You know of Iowa product? Do you have a sound system in your home?
Yes, but I don't know if Iowa.
Well, let me tell you about this.
All right.
This is the Iowa Mini System. NXX.
That suits me. That fits me.
Yeah, this is perfect for you. This would look big next to you. The Iowa NSX4. Actually, you would look big next to this. Iowa NSX 4000 Mini System works as follows. This thing is the size of a microwave oven.
Yes.
And it is tiny. And yet, listen to what you get on it. First of all, you attach your TV to it. You get all surround sound for your music and your TV. Nice?
Nice.
Okay. Secondly, you have karaoke feature. You know about karaoke?
Yes.
Do you like to sing?
I saw it in Taiwan.
You did?
Yes, I certainly did. I even sang.
Yes. So it has. You
so
do?
Now you can have that at home.
I've never heard you sing.
I can't sing.
You can't?
I make believe.
All right. So you had you have two microphone input for the kids and things
so
like that.
So you and your husband can do this together.
Yes.
All right.
30 watts per channel output power, which in the old days you had to get one of these big component systems. You into what kind of music? You into grunge or heavy metal?
I love Mozart. Can I listen
really?
to Mozart?
Yes. In fact, there's a special setting.
Beethoven?
Yes, there's a special equalizer setting for this kind of
music.
classic concert music. For a free Iowa catalog or the Iowa dealer near you, please call 1-800-BUYAIWA, extension 311. You'll get something for free in the mail. You'll get this beautiful catalog. 1-800-BUY-IOWA, extension 311. This is what you want to call because... Okay, very good. Thank you.
Yes.
Dr. Ruth, stop drinking your beer and let's slow down, okay? Dr. Ruth has warm beer. She loves it.
Right?
Oh, yes.
That's how she starts her day?
I wish she would tell the truth.
Do you ever drink? Do you drink at all?
I like a glass of champagne. If you and I...
What's the personal Dr. Ruth like? Before we start promoting the video, what is it? What do you...
We never see you at home.
You've made a bundle of cash, am I correct?
No question.
You are a very rich woman. Did you ever dream that being a sex therapist would be this big a deal?
Never.
Never?
Never.
Never.
You want to know what the real me is like?
Yes.
I'm skiing on a black diamond.
You are skiing on a black diamond?
I'm a grandmother. I am married with the same man for 100 years.
And why? What is the secret to that? You please him sexually. Yes. You still have sex. Dr. Ruth, be honest. Do you still have sex?
What a question.
Answer yes or no. You do.
Absolutely.
More than once a week?
Now,
you're a cute woman. Don't get me wrong.
I should hope so.
I've never been with a woman your age, but I can imagine.
But you're working on it.
And you are an expert at oral sex. So
now I want...
you are. You are.
I'm only talking about it, but I want to tell you something.
No, but wait, Dr. Ruth, answer the question.
Yes,
you are an expert. Are you an expert at oral sex?
Howard, my husband will tell you.
Is that wrong to ask?
Yes.
It is. Why, Dr. Ruth? I never understand the rules when I talk to you.
She is a sex expert. You would expect.
Now I'm going to have...
Are you an expert at oral sex?
Talent.
Howard.
You must be incredible. I will pay you $100 right now.
Don't you have to tell other people how to do it?
Dr. Ruth, if I came to you in your private practice...
Let me see that video, because now...
Wait, I'm going to get to the video.
No,
stop with the video. I'm holding on to the video. Listen to me. If I was a woman, and I came to you, and I was having marital problems, and I said, listen, my husband is asking me for oral sex all the time, and I am not into it.
I don't know how to do it.
You would have to instruct her on how to enjoy it. True? True?
No.
On how to do it.
What if the woman said her husband complains that she doesn't do it right?
Right.
Yeah, and she was willing, but she didn't know what to do.
Right.
Look, people, there is a way.
I love when she gets mad at me. Right now she's steaming. I want to talk about my tape. No. I'll give you a plug for each right answer. All right, go ahead. I come to your private practice. You still have private practice? You don't even bother with that nonsense. You can't make enough money in an hour doing that.
Howard, I want to tell you something. I did see your video, and I want to tell you something. I actually like the way that you call it private parts.
Thank you.
And that's what I want to tell you. It is perfectly all right in the privacy of my office to instruct a man, a woman, how to be better lovers.
But did you experiment to figure out...
How do you know how to do it so good? How did you learn? Was it back in the old country?
Do you like to do that stuff?
Do you enjoy it? Do you enjoy doing that?
Howard, now
can I ask you? Why is that bad to ask?
That's a good question.
She gets so mad at me when I ask her that. Dr. Ruth, do you enjoy that
I want to tell something to your listeners.
My wife does not enjoy it.
When Howard says...
She does it begrudgingly, my wife.
And now I do the same thing that Robin does.
Yes.
I have listened to you people. Here's what Robin does. When you go on and on and on,
yes,
she just giggles.
Yes.
That's what I'm doing.
No, but Dr. Ruth, explain to me the rules of this interview. I do never understand why you get upset with me during these interviews. I ask you...
I'm not upset at all.
I'm interested in Dr. Ruth, the woman. You are obviously a sexual expert.
Howard Stern, thank you very much for having me on your show, because they told me,
yes,
if I'm willing, Dr. Ruth Westheimer, therapist, I just did an encyclopedia that's now on a CD.
Yes, I have that.
You do?
I have that. The Dr. Ruth.
All the Dr. Rom.
I take it home. I value your opinion.
Okay. How?
I see you as an expert.
Don't I need advice?
I'll give you.
You don't have a CD-ROM. Yeah.
No.
I do too.
You do?
Yeah.
Howard, I want you to ask me. You now have already asked all of those questions that you want.
And you've never answered one.
You didn't answer a question. No, Dr. Ruth,
to ask me, why did I do a Playboy?
All right, I'm going to get to that in a second. I swear to you. You can't tell the interviewer what to ask.
But wait a minute. Okay,
it's absurd. This is an outrageous interview.
I got it now.
Yeah,
I got it.
Hold it.
Wait.
No.
All right. In this tape,
yes,
you instruct people, the actors and actresses in the tape.
No.
Do you tell? Are you on the
what you just said.
No, she is not on the set. That would have been wild. I would have loved to see that.
I do discuss with actors and actresses. I like that, Robin. You did your homework.
Why are you so private about your life? You won't even tell me. When did you decide to become a therapist? What age were you when you decided to become a therapist?
Yesterday.
No, come on, tell me, Dr. Ruth, hold it a second. I'm going to get back to the video. Dr. Ruth, at what age did you decide to be a therapist?
The video can be going.
Yes.
All right, do that.
Hold on a second. Dr. Ruth Westheimer has a new Playboy video. And let me tell you guys, let me cut to the bottom line here. Dr. Ruth isn't on camera a lot yapping. There's lots of nudity. And there's a lot of hot babes.
She comes in between to say, all right,
comes in between, but let me just say something. Dr. Ruth knows to back off and let the actors do the magic.
All right.
There's a lot of...
They're doing it nicely.
They're doing it nice, and the models...
Did you learn something?
The girls are all pieces of ass.
Did you learn...
I'm talking to men now.
Did you learn something?
Yeah, I learned something. I learned I'm going to do sex advice and make a video like this, except I'm going to act in it. I am telling you, yes, I did learn something. Good. I learned about arousal. I learned about foreplay. I learned about orgasm.
You learned how to please a woman and bring her to orgasm?
Yeah, I did. Like, for example, Dr. Ruth explains, well, the actors acted out that you got to spend time looking at your wife's body like it's the first time you ever saw it. And I'll tell you something.
Then you're going to become an actor.
Yeah. I'm a Lord Olivier. And I learned to turn the sound off, too. I don't want to hear Dr. Ruth yapping while he's... No, Dr. Ruth is smart. She's got it all in there. Now, you're going to be tomorrow at Sharper Image. Are you correct?
Yes.
You are.
Are you going to come visit
me?
Yes,
I will visit you. Sharper Image at 4 West 57th Street between 5th and 6th from 11:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. Will you be signing the video?
Yes.
Oh, you will?
Very nice.
Well, your autograph has to be valuable.
I should hope so.
What does that go for?
Not as valuable as yours.
Yeah, of course not. But what is it? I'm the most popular man in show business.
Howard, mine, they keep. They don't sell it. But if you tomorrow come there, number one, you're going to get a video for free.
A free video?
You and Robin. And number two, I'll be very happy if you appear there.
Yes, of course. Listen, you don't need me.
To be nice.
Listen, Dr. Ruth, go back to you. So you start out as a young woman. You decide to be a sex therapist.
You weren't a sex therapist right away.
Were you a horny teenager?
Of course.
You were?
Like everybody else.
What age did you start having?
Look at the nodding here.
But your husband was the first guy you ever had sex with?
Of course.
Seriously?
He was?
Is that true? No? So how many guys did you have before your husband? What?
I promise you, Howard.
Dr. Ruth.
You and I will go and have a quiet lunch one day.
Oh.
Just you and me.
You are not open about your own sexuality.
No.
Are you an expert at oral sex? I'm asking. In other words, not that you do it, an expert.
I never ask you.
Yes.
But now
ask me something. Ask me anything you want.
I want to tell you something.
Yes.
If anybody wants to please their partner, and you're talking about...
They should buy the tape.
No.
Oh.
Only you talk like that.
Right.
I'm not saying you should buy the tape.
It helps.
I'm saying you have to like each other. You have to communicate. You have to touch each other.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Why don't these broads like anal sex? Why does my wife get turned off?
You don't like it. What are you talking about?
No. She won't experiment.
I'll wait until you finish with that topic.
That's taboo? All right, let's change it.
You know what I want to know? Yes. How does Dr. Ruth turn on her husband?
But she won't tell you that. She'll never tell you that.
Will. I don't
Dr. Ruth, how many years you been with your husband? Can I ask you that?
Yes, you can ask.
Right.
32 years. You know what turns...
At times you get bored with him?
Going down a ski.
Now you're talking, honey. Now you're talking like a...
She's using coded words.
So that turns you on.
A ski slope.
Oh, a ski slope. Oh.
I think ski slope stands for something else.
I think when you get to Dr. Ruth's point in life that you don't really have sex that much with your husband. I think like maybe once a month.
How often would you say?
I want to say something.
What is the normal?
About the tape.
We'll get back to the tape.
I want to say something.
All right, go ahead.
Look, this is the very...
It's like a war.
It's like a war in here.
This is
if your husband came to you, can I ask one question?
Yeah,
if your husband...
You said go ahead.
All right.
So let me go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. This is the first time...
Yes.
...that I was willing to do a tape like that where there are segments, like Robin said.
It's very sexual.
And you saw it.
Yes, I did.
Now, I tell you why I did that.
It's beautiful.
Because exactly what you usually talk about, you, Howard Stern.
Why didn't you put any fat
Usually, you talk...
Right.
Usually you talk about that it might become boring if you are with a safe partner, right?
Yes.
Look at Robin's face.
Yes.
Were there times in your life that you got bored with your husband?
But I'm not talking about me right now.
Okay,
I'm talking about this.
Yes.
So, I did this tape in order to show people, first of all, because of that dreadful disease of AIDS, and you can't joke about that disease.
I have never joked about the dreaded AIDS, Dr. Ruth.
I am saying to people, whoever has a partner, like you with your spouse, and Robin with her partner.
Robin with what partner? Oh, she uses a vibrator.
Oh, my vibrator.
Tell her about the vibrator. Tell Dr. Ruth. Tell her the vibrator you use.
I will if you let me finish my sentence.
All right, go ahead. Bigger than Dr. Ruth.
People.
Yes. Turn it off, Robin. I can't hear Dr. Ruth.
I don't use it during the show. Stop it.
Turn it off. Dr. Ruth is making a serious point.
I wait.
All right, wait till she is done. Are you finished yet?
I'm done now. Okay.
Then turn it off.
Well, I'm not working it. Unplug it.
You're not worried? What is there, an elf under there?
Switch is
All right, very
broken.
good. Turn it off, please. What's the matter with you?
Who gave you that idea? That's a new one. I never heard that one.
Dr. Ruth, you advise Robin to use a vibrator? She has not been with a man in 3 years.
Howard, let me finish my sentence.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Going on a sentence, by the way. Yes.
And I want you to do that tonight.
Do what?
To do something that is going to bring your spouse.
I'm very tired at the end of the day.
Yeah,
I'm very tired.
You can't be tired for love.
I'm exhausted.
So sleep first and then wake up and then make love.
Make love.
Yes.
Yes.
And learn something about arousal. Say that word, arousal.
Arousal. Now you get... Say penis.
You first
arousal.
Arousal. Now you say foreplay.
Foreplay.
And I'll say orgasm.
Orgasm. Now you say vagina.
And now I'll tell you something else.
Please say vagina.
No. Now say...
Right.
Howard.
The
important thing
why wouldn't you say that?
After orgasm.
All right, yes. It's important to roll over. What?
The thing that I'm teaching here is, Howard, don't go to sleep, Howard. Caress her.
See, I fall right to sleep.
That's a catastrophe.
I'm exhausted.
That's a bad lover.
Oh, please.
You have to make sure that you are going to caress her.
Caress. You always sound like you're underwater, Dr. Ruth, doesn't it?
Because
yes.
All of you guys here.
Dr. Ruth,
you know that
when are you going to answer my question?
That resolution phase, the time after orgasm, did you know that...
We didn't even know it had a name.
Resolution phase? Oh, man.
Did you know that it takes longer for a woman...
Yes.
Then for you did know that?
Of course I knew that. I ignored that fact.
You know what? He says everything takes longer.
I'll tell you what happens to my wife. I get into bed with the best intentions to please her, but I get it so infrequently that when I finally get in the sack with her, I finish up in 2 seconds. Of course, that's why I'm watching it. I'm not joking. I said you need the tape.
Take care of that in the tape?
Yes, yes. She addresses that.
I didn't know.
Yes.
I certainly do. And I'm telling you...
She tells you foreplay. She shows you what to do. And it's a hot, naked models in it.
Yeah?
That's all that I care about.
They're beautiful women.
Beautiful. Now, why did you use any fat babes?
Why did you use average women?
Why don't you use some average women? Because no one wants to watch that. Dr. Ruth won't tell you that. You see a big fat woman there, you going to buy this tape?
There's a big fat woman and average woman, Howard.
Oh, please.
But you know what's interesting?
What is it, Dr. Ruth?
That actually, since you did watch it,
yes,
there are not what you call real model types. They really are. They are good looking.
All right,
let's sell the tape, Dr. Ruth. Let's sell the tape. They're hot. They're hot Playboy models. Come on.
Okay.
Real sexy broads. Now, you knew what you were doing when you made the tape. I don't doubt that for a minute.
Do these girls know anything? Because they're so beautiful, they never had to do anything.
These girls barely move.
Instructed.
Yeah, Dr. Ruth had to push them around like mannequins.
I wasn't in the scenes when they did it.
You were with your husband 30 years. Can I talk to you about your personal life a little bit?
Certainly not.
Why did you become a sex therapist? Certainly not. Why did you become a sex therapist?
Because otherwise, Howard, I'm 4'7".
Right.
Would you have me on your show talking about a Playboy tape if I wasn't a sex therapist?
No, but you became one because you had a higher calling. Am I correct? You felt
I don't have a higher calling.
No, you felt that you wanted to make people happy.
You know what I did?
What did you find? A lot of people had these sexual problems and nobody was answering their questions.
That I certainly helped. I'm not the only one. I have to prevent some unwanted pregnancy.
Yes, you did. Absolutely.
Because the number is now, but it's still too many. So we still have to talk about condoms. I don't know why he wears them on his fingers.
Don't ask. I don't want to talk about it. So you became a sex therapist to help people. Am I correct?
Yes.
That's right. And when you started out in this sex therapy, no one ever talked about it out loud. Am I correct? It was outrageous to even bring up, let us say, vagina or penis.
Yes. But I didn't do what you are doing. I didn't just use those terms over and over.
There's nothing wrong with using them.
No, I use them in the proper
Is there something wrong with talking about them in other contexts?
Absolutely not.
Wrong because there are millions of people who are watching you, Robin, and you, Howard, and listening to you. That's what they want. But I would like the two of you to talk about these terms. Nothing wrong with saying vagina. Nothing wrong with saying clitoris.
Now you're talking. Now I'm getting ratings.
But
there you go. Ring the bell, Fred.
I need you to put it in the proper context.
I hear what you're saying. Let me rephrase my question. Let me put it in the proper context.
The best lovers.
Let me put in the. I would like to see Robin's vagina. Is that right now? Now do I have it?
No.
Thank you.
No.
That is the wrong context.
Dr. Ruth, you are a noted sex therapist.
Yes.
You are enjoying now fame.
Yes.
And people turn to you for and people.
Now, do men come on to you as you're out there signing videos?
Tell the truth, Dr. Ruth. You have become something of a sex symbol yourself.
Don't people want to try you out because you know so much?
You know what?
How old do you have to?
If that were true, I would welcome it. You know why?
Why?
I think that maybe Playboy should do a whole issue.
Of old people?
Older, not old.
Do old people need a lot of lubricant?
People.
Do you have to have a lubricant when you turn 50?
Older people, older women you're talking about.
Yes, do older women. Do you have to use a lubricant?
Absolutely. But you see...
I got to use one on my wife now. I think she's still a young woman. I don't understand. I don't think she's turned on by me. Do you think a 40-year-old woman should still need a lubricant?
Wait. That means that you are not giving enough time.
What, foreplay?
For foreplay.
Oh, I never give foreplay. My wife hates that. I always say to her, once I'm having sex, we'll get into it.
Oh, yes.
I need to start off. Oh, I love the actual sex act. I don't like the foreplay.
Howard, how can you say that? And now there are millions of people.
I need to please myself first. I swear to God, the whole act lasts 2 minutes, and then I roll over and go to sleep. I feel so bad for my wife. I really do. That's what I do. I'm not attentive in bed.
I have to say, even I have to laugh.
Yes, it's awful. But did you recommend wild sex, like videotaping?
Did you always have good sex?
Did you ever videotape you and your husband?
Listen.
Tell the truth.
No.
Be honest for once.
Question, but I want to tell you something.
Yeah.
I do believe that couples, should videotape themselves.
You do. So you're saying you do.
And then sell it, right?
And make a fortune.
But they have to lock the door. Right. They have to make sure the children are not.
So you have done this. True? Are there Dr. Ruth videotapes?
We should raid her house.
Let's raid her house.
That's what you should say.
Oh, my gosh.
How long is the
only thing I need.
I'll bet you $1 million Dr. Ruth and her husband don't have sex anymore.
You really will?
Yes.
$1 million.
That's right.
Prove him wrong, Dr.
Okay. Howard, you better go to the bank.
Are you serious?
You have $1 million.
I don't know.
Right now.
You really? No kidding.
Howard.
You're an amazing woman, you know that?
Would I do
very
How
sensuous.
many times a
Would I
week?
do a tape?
I want to know.
Just answer the one question, Dr. Ruth. One personal question, then I'll plug the tape like you've never been plugged before. I'm going to do a plug that will get everyone in the audience to buy it.
Give them a phone number where they can order it.
How many times a week do you have sex? Answer that question. First.
It depends.
Oh.
When I ski a lot, when I don't ski, when I have to get up for Howard's...
You're saying at your advanced age 3 times a week?
Maybe more. Who knows?
Wow.
Now plug this.
All right, well, then I have to. What you are looking at here...
I've never been plugged before.
You are going to be plugged now, Dr. Ruth. This is a plug. Let me say, I watched this Playboy tape. Now, I'm not kidding around. There are... Forget about whether you want to hear Dr. Ruth yapping about sex. There are...
Well, but you can learn just by watching.
Yeah, believe me, this is porno. Don't disguise it. They're disguising it with Dr. Ruth and all that, but this is a good... And you know what it is? It's the kind your wife will watch it because Dr. Ruth makes it seem all legitimate. So when she watches it, the women will try to emulate what is on the tape.
And
that's the idea.
do all the things that you really like?
Yeah, well, we don't get into anal
porno.
sex.
Howard.
This is porno, Dr. Ruth.
No, it's sexually explicit.
Wrong.
What's the difference?
Dr. Ruth, I'm going to throw you right out of here right now. Now listen to me. Listen to me. This is porno. This is porno. And there's nothing wrong with porno.
Does she go into everything of how to please a man in this tape?
Yes. Hi-yo. Yes, she does. She certainly does. But the thing is, you get angry while you watch it because the models in there are so beautiful that you sit there and you go, well, yeah, anybody can make love to them. I would do 12 hours of foreplay on any one of these models.
But wait a minute, what about the guys? The women.
All right, some of them are cute. I would probably do some foreplay on these guys.
Howard.
All right, but I don't want to admit that here.
But the women who are watching this tape.
They will like this.
They will like.
Are you kidding me? I watched the tape. I got to tell you, this is a true story. I watched the tape. I watched it yesterday. I got so horny, I had sex with the box. The actual box that it comes in. Now, Robin, look at this. You see this?
Oh, dear.
That's where I had sex.
You've known that box.
Dr. Ruth, look at that. Anyway, hey, listen to me, Dr. Ruth. Does size matter?
No.
It does not really?
Howard, I'm surprised at you.
I have nothing down there. I got to show you. Let me.
Don't you show me.
Well, you're a sex therapist. I would. If I showed you, you would laugh so hard.
God forbid. You know why?
If you saw it.
I am not a medical doctor. I don't touch. I don't.
Really?
You
never look.
Let me pull down my pants. I got to show you this, but don't let anybody else see. Please. God forbid. Doctor Ruth, take a look at this. You got to. Dr. Ruth, look at me in my underpants. Oh! Dr. Ruth, look at this. Dr. Ruth, I have a clitoris. I have like nothing. Just look at my underwear. There's nothing in there.
Put your pants on. Right now.
You see how there's nothing? Did you see how there was no bulge in my underpants? Do you know how embarrassing it is for me?
Let me.
My wife looks at me like I'm another woman.
Howard, one thing.
I'm serious.
People out there, size has nothing to do with the sexual satisfaction.
I'm so small.
The only thing.
Ask Robin. Robin disagrees with you, Dr. Ruth.
All I'm saying is.
Robin, tell the truth. You laugh. I'm going to tell Dr. Ruth something right now.
Women have a preference. Dr. Ruth will admit this. Women prefer to see something.
Yeah, I got to admit, if I pulled down my pants in front of Dr. Ruth would vomit. She would freak out. You have never. I am so tiny. You know what I?
Infantilism.
Do you understand medical terminology? Infantilism. That is a small one. Let me tell you something. And Robin said to me on the air that when she sleeps with guys, if she sees somebody small, she laughs.
I never said that.
She would never do that.
I never said that.
You know why? Because she's much too sensitive.
Do you ever?
You know why, Robin? Because if some woman would ever say, "Oh my gosh, is that all you have?"
That's horrible.
Yeah, but you're thinking it. You're thinking it in your mind.
This guy will never forget it. And you know what will happen?
Yeah, but so what?
He then
She's thinking
be
it.
a good lover.
That's right.
But Dr. Ruth, I'm asking a question. She is saying that she is thinking. You know that they're thinking
what
it.
they are thinking is a
But let me say this.
If you saw mine, you'd quit the business.
Let me talk to Robin.
I will tell the truth. I have had lovers of all sizes.
Right, no kidding. There was a period there where she really went wild.
I've had lovers of all sizes, and at the time when you're in love with someone, regardless of their size, you enjoy them.
And then when you're done with them,
in retrospect, you may notice that, woo, I really
suspect that Mr. Westheimer is very large. Very large. You're spoiled because you have a very large man at home.
Would you say loud and clear to all the people who are listening to you that never to make fun?
Absolutely not.
And would you
never look at Mr. Westheimer and compare him?
And would you say to all
Do you look at Mr. Westheimer?
I'm talking to
No, Dr. Ruth, forget the Robin. You have to talk to me. Robin, you have to.
Robin, would you say that a man should never, ever make fun of a woman if her breasts are either too large or too small?
How funny is a guy with foreskin, though? How funny?
Because
How funny is a guy with foreskin? Do you laugh at that?
No.
Fred, pull down your pants and show Dr. Ruth. Wait till you see this, Dr. Ruth.
Everybody wants to pull down their pants for Dr. Ruth.
Hey, Dr. Ruth. Are you qualified to check me for hernia?
No.
Because
I'm not a medical doctor.
You are not?
No. Howard,
listen to
tell
me.
your listeners.
Is Mr. Westheimer huge?
Tell your listeners.
All right, I'm gonna end this because Dr. Ruth
answer one question.
Is your husband circumcised? Yes or no?
Tell your listeners.
If you answer me, is Mr. Westheimer larger than most men you were with before?
First you said.
All right, I tell you what I'll do. I will plug if you can answer one question. All right, I'm going to plug now like you never been plugged before, but just answer one question. How many men in your life have you slept with? Give me a round estimate. No,
really?
That's not true.
Oh,
more than 3?
In my mind.
She's like my mother. My mother had only had sex with my mother met my father.
I think she had more than just her husband.
Who, Dr. Ruth?
Yes.
20.
Wait, you said
you had sex with more than your husband?
You said you would pluck it like you've never plucked any, like I've never been plucked before. Do it.
All right, here we go. You're so cute. You're so tiny. Have you had sex with a black man? Would you have sex with a black man?
If I would love him?
Would you?
And if I weren't married?
Yes.
The answer is yes.
You believe in interracial love?
I believe in anything that has to do with love, but
you do.
You right now said you would plug.
But you have never enjoyed a black man. Yes
you
or no?
said you would plug the tape.
O.J., innocent or guilty, Dr.
What is
Ruth?
that guy doing on the cover?
You don't know. You know he's guilty.
Look at the guy on the cover. He's kissing her.
He's kissing her
For
sideways.
a minute.
He's kissing her tenderly.
Ever have a Chinese? No.
He's kissing her.
Chinese are small and quick, right?
He's kissing her.
Sure. Okay, here we go. Here we are. There is a new tape out on the market. I recommend it.
Yes?
Forget about what you've heard here today. We've made a mockery of everything. What is it, Gary? I'm in the middle of doing a plug.
I'd like to show Dr. Ruth. No, your wife's on the phone.
Oh, good. Dr. Ruth, my wife.
They watched it together, I think.
Yeah. Honey?
Hi.
I got a tape here that's going to turn you on.
I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, I didn't actually watch it with my wife. I did watch it by myself.
He did not watch it. I saw it on his desk, and I said, "Ooh, this looks good."
Yes.
Thank you.
And I'm really excited. I'm really looking forward to watching it.
Yeah, maybe you'll learn something. Maybe you won't lay there like a lox.
Well, have you learned anything?
Yeah, I learned one thing.
What?
That I made love to this box. I got more off the box cover than I got off you last night. Actually, Allison, you can watch it with Ralph. I'm busy. No, actually. No, you know what it is? Our problem is, listen, I love my wife more than any person on the planet. My wife has been with me through thick and thin. We have 3 children together. You understand? You understand mental love? You understand mental love versus physical love? But my wife is not turned on by me, and I'll tell you why. I can tell in bed.
You're too tired.
No.
You're too tired.
I am tired. I admit, my wife hates that I don't give her foreplay. She always says to me, get the vibrator, right?
Howard, the tape is going to make you make love.
Do you address vibrators?
You have never made love before.
Don't you think it's wrong when your wife keeps asking you to use the vibrator on her? Of course.
Nothing is wrong.
Of course
Nothing is wrong.
Right.
Nothing is wrong.
Hey, Allison, why don't you ask Dr. Ruth how to enjoy oral sex?
I love oral sex.
No, obviously not with me.
When you're doing it to her.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
No, Howard, that's not true.
All right, Allison, listen to me.
What have I been doing lately?
No, lately she has been doing it. All right, here we go. I don't want to talk about it. Yeah.
Oh, Dr. Ruth is applauding.
Meanwhile, I'm telling you everything about myself, and Dr. Ruth, well...
Won't tell a thing.
Right. But Dr. Ruth is an expert in that area, Allison, and you should talk to her. And Dr. Ruth says you should...
you told me I was the best.
You should have an interest in...
I'm only the best in talking.
Right.
So don't worry. I only talk about all of these things.
Dr. Ruth has a Playboy video out. As you can see, my wife was very turned on by the box cover. And it is for couples only making love series. Now, here is the point. A lot of people do not know how to make love. They're going through the motions. And most guys who've been married more than a year get bored.
They really don't know how to make love.
And especially after you see 3 or 4 kids come out of your wife.
Oh, here we go.
You're ready. That's no longer a sexual... No, I'm explaining to guys why they should get the tape, Dr. Ruth.
Oh, okay, but it has nothing to do... Don't say that because...
A lot of guys don't know how to get excited over their wives. Dr. Ruth is going to... You're going to watch this tape, you'll pick up a couple of pointers, you'll try it, and for 2 or 3 weeks you'll get some more interest, and then it'll probably go back to the way you were. But at least...
Maybe not.
No, you think so? This could save them permanently?
Well, you watch it over and over, right?
Yes.
Right.
Really?
Excellent.
There's a couple of hot broads on here, too. So even if you're not that charged up about your wife...
I understand for the women that the men are good-looking, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
Well, I'm gonna go watch it.
Thank you
dial
very
yourself.
much.
Go home and dial yourself up for me and watch it.
I like that.
Yes.
And then you go home and you caress her.
Yes.
That's
and
right.
you touch and you tell her nice things.
I know. I'm going to look at her body like it's the first time.
Or the second time.
Right.
See, I'm very reasonable.
And this time, also, I'm going to shower before I make love to her.
That's so wonderful of you. That's his foreplay. He takes a shower.
I go to the bathroom. I'm in there for like 10 minutes. I come out and go, okay, I'm in the mood now. It doesn't exactly turn on. I should probably bathe before that, right, Dr. Ruth?
I should.
Yeah, it's a little funky
you
then.
Shave.
Yeah, I could probably shave. Anyway, you know what I was thinking with this video would have been wise. And maybe I have a feeling this is going to be a series of videos. It's going to be very successful. Could you give a mask of the models' faces so you can put it over your wife's face? Just please pretend that she is the... Not in my case. I have a beautiful wife. I'm lucky. But a lot of... What is this phone number?
Oh, you can order it.
Oh, this is where you can order directly? Are you serious? Yes. Allison, take this number down.
Okay.
1-800.
What do you see? Oh, okay. 1-800-344-4444.
Oh, you said that very sexily.
Well, any retard can remember that.
Say it again.
1-800-344-4444. 4, 4.
My gosh, look at the sexy voice.
Yes.
When he wants
turned on.
to. But
Yes.
only when he wants.
Yes. Allison, I'll speak to you later,
Can you
my
also
darling.
get the video
Okay,
in video
love you.
stores?
Yes.
Bye, Dr. Ruth.
So, only a sharper image.
She could care less about it.
Okay.
Goodbye, Alison. Goodbye,
Hey,
goodbye,
hung right up
goodbye.
on her.
She's
Bye,
selling
Mr.
tapes.
See, like you give a mask of the model, right? You put it on like this. And then you make love to your wife. Some of the models on this video
I
are
was
incredible.
wondering what you're doing all the time.
That's right. I'm making
He's an
pictures.
artist.
Thank you.
Wondering.
Oh, I have to draw.
That's funny.
Thank you.
Is
Is there a device that you can use to make your wife feel tighter after childbirth?
Howard.
What? All right. Maybe that's enough of these.
Maybe you've gotten smaller. Have you ever thought of that?
I don't think it's possible. I'm so minuscule, Dr. Ruth. It's so embarrassing.
You know
Do you know?
what's funny with you?
Do you know I can't go to a gym?
Let me tell you.
I know what's funny with me.
I know.
I don't need you to tell me
You know
what's
what's funny with
I need
you?
you to help me with my penis.
You actually love your
Yes.
family. We
Yes,
all
I
know
do.
that.
I love my wife dearly.
So you should never even even arouse a suspicion that women after childbirth can't be good.
Oh, please.
Howard, don't do that.
Did your husband stay, when you had your
Howard.
kids, did your husband stay in the room with you and watch?
No.
No.
Because in those days you didn't do that.
Right. That's why you're making love for 32 years. Oh, please.
he approve of
You do
that?
not approve of men staying in with the women while
Yes,
after
if
you
they
get...
want to.
Oh, it's awful. It's awful.
But they shouldn't be forced to. is
Worst
that what you're
experience I ever
They
had.
should not be forced to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Robin,
What I saw come out of my wife, it was like The Exorcist. It was awful, Dr. Ruth.
No, please.
Oh, please.
Howard, I love children. Don't
I love children. Listen, I've got 3 kids, but
know
I
that.
don't need to see them come out. That's not. I'm not a doctor. I'm
But
not.
you see, Howard, you see what Robin said?
What did she say?
Not to force anybody is correct.
Yeah.
But if somebody, there are many men who think and who have experienced that this is a fantastic happening that they can have together with their spouse.
All right, I'm going to ask you a serious question, Howard.
What?
Would you prefer to have not seen your children born?
Yes.
Oh, that's not
Because
true.
it would help me
It's
with my
not
wife. I
true.
cannot.
You know why he says that, Robin?
What?
Because he knows that some of his listeners want him to say that.
No.
see.
That's exactly
No,
what
I should not have seen
He's basically a very decent fellow.
I'm really not. You have no idea.
You love the whole
I'm very evil. Do me one favor, and this is a serious question. Can you help our own Billy West? He is a homosexual. And I was wondering if you can help convert him back into being a real man.
Leave him alone.
Really?
Yes.
Billy?
I hope that he has a good partner.
Really?
I hope that he has one lover.
He hasn't worn a condom yet.
I hope he has one lover and he stays faithful.
Billy?
Because... No.
I have a problem with that.
Well, that's a big problem.
I know.
I'll talk to you later.
Talk to you
because
later.
I'm terribly worried. You know about
Tell Dr. Ruth
Can
your
you
problem.
talk a person out of doing that?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. You can talk a person out of being
I'll
gay.
talk to Billy later.
He-
No. I talk to him later about...
You go to gay bars and have many sexual
Faithful.
partners.
I'm promiscuous.
I'll talk to you later.
Listen, don't go near him.
Compulsive.
I'm sure he's very diseased. All right, listen. Well,
Is there such a thing, Dr. Ruth, as sexual addiction?
yes, I am addicted to sex. Do you know how many times a week
You know what
I have
Howard
sex
is
by
addicted
myself?
to? Howard is addicted to talking about sex.
Did you ever
And
masturbate?
I don't mind that because
Did you ever have
I
sex by
talk-
yourself in a room?
I talk about sex all the time also.
Uh-huh.
But I also talk
Dr.
not
Ruth,
just about sexual
as a woman,
activity.
do you think about other men when you were alone by yourself and having warm feelings?
How about talking about
All
the
right,
tape?
let me end this. Okay. Making Love series. This is it. Playboy. Pick it up. What is the big deal? Pick it up.
sounds
I'm
like
telling
fun.
you. As a matter of fact, I would suggest you see Dr. Ruth tomorrow at Sharper Image at 4 West 57th Street between 5th and 6th from 11:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. There she can be a little more open and honest about her own
She'll talk to
sexuality.
you about all this stuff we asked her today that she was
Exactly. And you can show her your penis,
Yeah.
and she will judge it and see if it
She'll
is the
tell you
right
how
size.
to do oral sex.
It is
and all
okay.
that.
She will teach you. If you go down to 57th Street and pull your pants on, Dr. Ruth won't care.
No, if anybody gets arrested, you're
Yes.
going to say that Howard told them to do that.
Is it all right to play with yourself on an airplane?
Are you going to
that. You know the answer to that.
What is it? I swear I don't know.
Without a blanket.
Oh,
Howard, you always say that you really like me.
I love you. I love
You
you.
always say that.
I'm in love with you.
And whenever you ask me to come on your show, I come on your show.
Yes, and you're very nice about that.
If you are not too tired
Yes.
tomorrow,
Let me buckle my
pass
pants.
by.
Yes.
Pass by. If you're not too tired,
I'm so aroused.
come with Robin
Oh.
and Billy and your artist here and your engineer
Yes.
and pass by at the Sharper Image but nicely.
Look at my rump.
Properly.
Right.
Properly dressed.
I will properly dress. Not with your pants down. All right, listen, and really do, actually, I never watch videos.
Right,
this was
but you went home and look at
This is a very exciting video. You know, listen, it appeals.
I want to see it now.
It appeals to you visually, and also it does stimulate the mind and get you thinking about.
So you're going to try what you see?
Yes, yeah. I'll tell you something. The tape was that good that I'm going to try what I picked up a couple of tips, and believe me, for an old camper like myself, it is very hard to pick up new
That's
tips.
right. You thought you knew everything.
Right. The section in this tape that I appreciaed most was the clam chowder enema tape. And I got to tell you, can enemas be sexy, Dr. Ruth?
Can I leave now?
Yes. All right, we will leave now and go see Dr. Ruth at Sharper Image tomorrow, and her new Playboy video is called Arousal, Foreplay, and Orgasm. That is right.
You said that nicely.
Yes. Beautiful.
That was a sexy way of
Thank
saying
you.
it.
Thank
Say
you.
that again, like orgasm.
Arousal, Foreplay, and Orgasm. All right, and also look forward to her next video for Playboy,
which is
farting at orgies.
Oh, wow.
This will address past.
Not true.
True? Farting at orgies? You told me in the commercial.
That's not true.
Here's a sample of that tape.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ruth. It was wonderful to see you. All right, we'll be back right after these words. Starring John and Chevy Chase on the E! Show tonight. Looking forward to that one. Last night, Chuck Norris with his girlfriend. I haven't seen that one yet.
I haven't either.
I want to see what the girlfriend was wearing.
You know her personally. You have a sort of personal interest.
Sorry that break was so long. Dr. Ruth and I were in the bathroom. We had to,
She gave you a little instruction?
Yeah. She had to show me how to do some stuff. Yeah. What?
Caress my rump.
I would really like to see some of her graduates. Are they really happy people?
Hey, Dr. Ruth, can I practice caressing your rump? Show me how to do it on my wife.
You cannot caress my rump. I will get an arousal.
She's funny.
Robin. I want to talk to Robin.
She could be a midget. She is so small. She is very short. Happy
like
lady,
a little
though.
kid.
She's happy.
Yes.
I think she had on heels, too.
She had on heels?
Yeah. So little.
She's so tiny, because, when I stand next to her, it's hysterical. When I'm sitting down, I'm taller than her standing up.
I know. She was standing over there, and you were still taller than she is.
It's pretty wild. Billy felt like Igor.
He likes Dr. Ruth. Wants to stand next to her all the time.
Did Dr. Ruth talk to you in private about your homosexuality?
Yeah, we had a discussion.
You must protect yourself.
Give it up. Rotten practice.
I hope you have one partner.
I'm promiscuous.
Yeah, that's just what I got. I became gay for, so I could have one guy.
Sorry to hear that you are a faggot. Rump wrangler.
Hey, you're on the air.
Hi, Howard. How you doing?
Hey, in a couple of minutes, the legendary D. Snider will be joining us.
Is that right?
Yeah, he's stopping by. He's going to do some news with us. It's always fun to have D come in and just hang with us.
Haven't seen him in a long time. Zissy?
Is D a sissy?
Sissy boy.
Sissy boy. Albany, you're on the air. Hi.
Hi.
What can I do for you?
Is this Howard?
I can barely hear you.
I'm trying to be quiet.
Well, that's not going to work for me. The phone connection is terrible. Oh, she hung up. Got intimidated by my loud yelling. Let's go to that great station, KOME, San Jose.
All right.
San Francisco.
Well, we're not actually going to the station. We're taking a call.
You're on the air.
Listening area.
I think most people knew that, Rob.
No, I was beginning to think you were calling the station.
You're on the air.
Hello, Howard?
Yes.
I was right. Before the king of all media retires from radio, will the queen of all media, Madonna, ever go on your show?
Well, you have a very strange speech pattern, but I will answer your question. I have invited Madonna on my program, but she has declined.
She's afraid, I think.
She's afraid of me. Everyone's afraid. The publicist.
Outrageous is afraid.
Yeah, the publicist says she's afraid.
Will you ever be on one of her videos?
Yes. I'm coming out in her next video.
Which one?
It's her next single. I don't know the name of it, but I'll be in that video. Me and about 90 black guys. Because Madonna likes to be in videos with black guys.
So that's when she was with...
You know, what is that supposed to be like? Hey, I'm cool. I hang with black guys.
I think so.
Yeah,
I hang with blacks and gays.
Yeah,
another
is she like
disenfranchised sort.
Yeah, is she desperate for some sort of like black approval? I think she thinks like it's cool to be in a video with black guys.
Well, I think she's one of those people who thinks that everything black is cool, and she likes to hang around them and talk like them and sing their music.
Yeah, Negro spirituals.
Why didn't she stay in Detroit?
That would be cool. You and Madonna together?
Yeah, well, she has a requested that I be in her next video, and I am now working out the details.
Oh, cool.
Are you a good dancer?
Yeah, well, I'm known for my dancing. It's actually an easy dance move. I've already been instructed on it.
Is that right?
You want to see it?
Yeah.
All I have to do is this.
Well, you're perfect.
Yeah, that's it. And in this, I play a bullfighter. And
more bullfighting?
Yeah, and I'm with this bull, and she sexually takes on me and the bull. And then Billy plays the homo. Comes in.
He's the drag queen.
Yeah, Billy plays a drag queen. She plays a woman in this.
Strike a pose.
Actually, Billy taught me how to strike a pose. Billy gets the bull. Yeah, I will be. Look for me in the new Madonna video.
All right, thanks, Howard.
Thank you. Thank you.
Two very interesting questions.
Which I made up totally stupid answers to, and he accepted it. Thank you, Howard.
You going down here in Madonna? Madonna video? And the Queen of All Media? You did the King of All Media. Well, the King of All Media talked to the Queen of All Media in the video.
Stupid retard. You're on the air.
Good morning, Howard.
How are you, sir?
Very good.
Ah, a guy with a normal voice.
I thought it was speech impediment
Take the
day.
pillow off my face. Howard, I have a terrible affliction. There's a pillow attached to my face, and I can't talk so good.
Well, sir, why don't you remove the pillow from your face?
Oh, no, I can't do that. Why not? I just wouldn't talk like this.
You would lose all your powers.
I would lose my powers.
It's Pillow Man.
He's in Jerry fan.
Yeah.
I'm a homo. Pillow biter.
Why did you remove the pillow from your face?
I can't. I wouldn't talk like this. You're asking an awful lot. You also have one in my butt. There's a guard behind you.
All right, you're on the air.
Howard, I just had a question. We're calling from Cleveland. We wanted to find out what's going on with Gina.
I have no idea. I'm sure she's doing fine.
Yeah, we'd like to ask you the same thing.
I can't get a good question. Hi, you're on the air. Hello? That guy had a normal voice, but a bad question. New Orleans.
Brother Wee sucks.
That's Captain Jenks.
Yeah, calling in from New Orleans? What's he doing down there?
Well, no matter what state he says it from, it's the truth. You're on the air.
Oh, is this Howard? This is Jimmy Stewart. I mean, you're crazy. That's what you are. You're screwy.
Hi, Jimmy. I didn't know you were calling.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, my alarm went off this morning. I heard this garbage coming. I just got to call you up and put you in your place.
Is
boy.
John Wayne there?
No, he's...
You only do one. It's really bad.
Well, I tell you, I'm in the can.
Oh, and what about Lou Costello? Is he in the can there with you?
Who the hell's that?
Hey,
I have no idea who that is.
Let me speak to Hank Fonda. You know,
Henry Fonda?
Yeah.
Hang on a second.
Is Bogey there with you?
Or Cagney.
Or Cagney. You know,
Dirty rat. Yeah, I'm sick of you saying vagina.
I got to tell you something. When I was growing up, and I used to watch the Mike Douglas show all the time, they'd have like different impressionists on.
Yeah.
And each guy had the same act. They all did the same people. It was unbelievable. They all did like, now I'm Jimmy Cagney. You dirty rat. You son of a bitch. You ain't man.
I like Rich Little, though. Rich Little's pretty good.
Yeah, Rich Little. And he did the same voices, too. Like,
it was always Cary Grant. Jody.
Wait a second. John Wayne is in the house. And it'll be like,
hello,
why,
Pilgrim.
hello there, Pilgrim. And wait a second. I see, who do I see coming through next? Why, it's Henry Fonda and Kirk Douglas having a conversation. I gotta tell you, you make me want to puke. G-A-F, I tell you that.
You know what? I got to hear more of that Dr. Smith, man. All right.
Now, coming up on our shoe... What is that? Let me tell you now, coming up on our shoe is Elvis Presley.
Oh, man.
The woman they did was Betty Davis.
Yeah, right. And it was always Frank Gorshin.
John Biner.
Yeah, John Biner.
Right.
Rich Little.
Yeah.
They almost all looked alike, too.
Howard, listen, man, I just moved to Orlando from Chicago, and you can't retire, man. I just was able to start listening to you again.
Well, you know, a lot of people say to me, Howard, is this real? You know, I tell you something. I've been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
And
how long do people expect you to continue?
Right.
Yeah, but you got a whole new generation.
And my wife is,
now.
you know, as you know, my wife is very sick and dying of cancer.
Yeah. Like you want to spend more time with your family.
More time with her and the kids, and before she passes on.
You got to go home and take care of her.
Yeah. I was thinking of putting her in a hospice, but you know, it'd be better if I stayed home and took care of her.
Hospice.
Right.
All right. Thanks, Howard.
All right.
Take it easy.
Bye. You know, we don't really know if we're going to retire or not because you never know, but it's nice to think that we are.
Yeah, it's nice to think there'd be, weeks where we didn't have to get up like this.
Yeah, I would hate to think that, like, at the end of our contract here at 11 months, that we have to just get up for another 5 years and do this again. I mean, something different should happen, like an actor who goes on to a different movie.
Yeah, even TV shows, they end after a while, and you go away for a while, and you come back in another TV show.
Yeah. And even great TV shows, people get tired of them after a while.
MASH even ended.
Even MASH ended. This never ends. Keeps going and going.
Lucy came to an end.
Yeah. Well, let's just at least pretend there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
That we might be sleeping late at the end of 11 months. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, Dee's going to join us and find out what he's up to, and we'll do the news for you. We'll take some more phone calls. Someone told me he shaved the sides of his head and did something weird.
Really?
Did you see it, Billy?
He looks totally different.
Does he?
Yeah.
Fraternity hazing.
Dee went through a fraternity hazing.
He joined a fraternity.
Is that what happened?
He told me he woke up sober and man.
Oh, wow. Jackie thinks we shouldn't retire at the end of 11 months. What we should do is press the station to give us a 4-day week.
And more money.
Well, more money. Come on. More money for less work.
More money.
Couldn't we rerun 3 rerun shows a week and they should show up live twice?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, it's still
and get paid for best. Shut up, y'all.
All right, we're going to take a break and we'll be back right after these words. Try and knock someone out with a packet of Kool-Aid.
It's the Soon to Leave Radio. Howard Stern.
All right, let me take my Prozac. I got on Prozac yesterday. It's great. Thank you.
Are you feeling better? Doing better?
There it is. I got some yesterday. Excellent.
And what is that?
That's Prozac.
That is not.
Yeah. I'm stuttering. I'm trying to get rid of it. It makes me a better guitar player. Prozac. All right, let me bring in my legendary friend, of course, the guy who started rock and roll. The man who put metal in heavy metal. The man who changed the face of rock music. Oh, there he is. Hey, D. Wow, what a different look. D always evolving. Wow.
People won't say he looks like you anymore.
No, you don't look like me anymore. Sit down. No one can hear you. No one can hear you anymore.
Oh, wait a minute. Already?
Wow.
Big start.
What
I don't
the
look
hell?
Like him.
Wow.
That's radical.
D really changed. D, pick up that microphone. You know how to do it.
Well, things have changed quite a bit.
You now look like a gay Nicolas Cage.
Gay? And you look like a bucket of... Never mind.
Oh, come on. We're friends. Come on.
We're friends.
Go easy.
We're tight.
Anyway, the great and legendary D. Snider, the man who first said to Chuck Berry, why don't you be a black man and get up there and dance and play guitar?
Oh, yeah, back when I used to open for Elvis.
Yeah.
Yeah, all those years ago.
Look at D, man. Wait, I got to soak in your new look. D has shaved the sides of his head.
I don't know how you describe that.
And he... This is different. I got to get used to you.
Yeah, it is different.
Jackie says you look like you went through a fraternity hazing.
There's some truth in that. No, man, this is the 90s, you know.
You always are evolving. That's the one thing I like about D. Snider. Even with his new album, he doesn't stay stuck in the 70s or the 80s or any of these eras. He is now always evolving, always on the cutting edge.
They say lead, follow, or get out of the way.
Right.
You know?
Either you lead or you follow, and you were always a leader, were you not?
Absolutely.
Even at an early age.
He's staring at me with disbelief.
No, I'm just getting used to it.
He's wondering if he's going to have to do this.
Yeah. I'm wondering,
Exactly.
I'm wondering, like, is this the next phase for me?
Exactly. And Suzette wants me to tattoo the sides of my head now.
Oh, really? Well,
so maybe we'll go down together.
No, I got to tell you something. You know, I have only desired a tattoo. And yet I needed D to go to the tattoo parlor with me because D knows, like, good tattoos. Yeah. Show your tattoos. Let me see. Now, take a look at that one. That's the horse's head. I mean, that looks like a cool tattoo.
Head, flames, crossed pistons.
Yeah, there's nothing embarrassing about that tattoo. And show the other one.
And this one is more
traditional. That's the one I really like. Let me see that one.
It's just got a heart and, you know, it's a traditional Suzette flowers heart.
Yeah, very nice. He's got nice tattoos. So I called him up for tattoo advice.
And what did he say?
He said, you know, he was good. He said, basically, you could be like a tattoo psychologist.
And I only have 2, but I understand the art.
Yeah, he does. And he knows not to overly
jump up
tattoo.
His arms
I said to him, go with something classic, something that, you know, 10, 20 years from now won't be totally embarrassing for you. There are certain tattoos that are very trendy.
Right.
And, you know, and for some 18-year-old kid, that's cool. But, I mean, you know, if you're...
It's going to date you one of these days.
Yeah, I don't like those tattoos that have...
like, keep on trucking. Yeah. I think that's one of the, like, big mistakes of, like, the 60s and early 70s, keep on trucking.
Yeah, to keep on trucking. And now I think even those new Indian tattoos, the ones...
Tribal tattoos.
I think those are going to go out of style at some point and look stupid.
Well, I really like them, but only time will tell. But you know, if you go with a classic...
It'll always be there.
It'll always be there.
So what I did was, with Dee's help, I designed a tattoo. It's very simple. I'll show you a drawing of it. It's a heart with an arrow through it, and it says Amy on it. For Amy Lynn, the penthouse pet.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful sentiment, too.
Yeah. Isn't that nice?
Simple yet elegant.
So my wife got so mad because it had Amy's name in it. But, you know, what are you going to do? It's just a tattoo.
Oh, it's not like it's forever.
Yeah. So anyway, of course, I got advice from the legendary Dee Snider, of course, the man who I believe exemplifies rock and roll today and yesterday. And he said to me, look, if you're going to go for a tattoo, start out with something simple. Don't get carried away. And let's see where it goes from there. I wanted Dee to actually come down with me to the tattoo place and help advise me, because I went down there and then I got totally screwed up.
When are you going?
I went already. I got confused.
But he didn't get a tattoo. So
well, you could have called me and asked me. You know, I would have assisted you.
Well, I felt funny asking you.
Yeah, of course. He never called me. He just calls me when he needs me to do something like that.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, I don't want to see you otherwise. What am I going to do with you?
You can't go any place.
What is it? Are you afraid of the permanence? You're afraid to commit.
No, I'm not afraid to commit. I'm not good. I'm not a design person. You know, I have very few talents in life. Dee's one of those guys you could walk into a store with, and he could look at a pile of jewelry and go, that's cool. I look at stuff. I don't know what's cool. I admit that. I don't know what looks good.
Yeah, but you had your boy Ralph with you.
Yeah, Ralph is the worst when it comes to tattoos because Ralph is a homo. So it's like very hard.
Is this open? Did he come out of the closet? Or is
no, he's a different kind of homo. He likes girls.
Oh, you mean the old kind of homo?
Yeah, right.
Oh, that likes girls, yes.
Yeah, and
he's a faggot. Yeah.
Right. He's an old-fashioned faggot. Okay, so anyway. Sailor pants and the whole thing. Right. Anyway, so we go down to the tattoo place, and everyone's all confused. Ralph's like, maybe you should get some bones and some animal imprints on your arm and stuff.
And when it's delivered like that, it really makes you feel tough.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, so I didn't know what to do, and I felt funny calling Dee, because I hadn't seen Dee in like 2.5 years. And I felt funny calling him up and saying, come down to the tattoo parlor with me.
His closest friend.
What is it, faggot?
Oh, he's coming to defend himself.
What is
faggot? Why am I a homo? Because you couldn't decide what to get.
No,
you haven't decided either.
No one cares.
Well, no, I haven't.
No one cares about you. Get out of here. Get lost. Don't get in on Dee's time. He's waited.
He just walks in here.
We're having men talk now.
Yeah, we're talking to men.
Yeah, when you start calling me a faggot. Dude.
I didn't go, but he said it wasn't like in the 90s.
Not a faggot. We saw you with the girls the other night. Very good. All right. Anyway, so I haven't seen Dee. Like, Dee is my one famous friend.
Yeah.
And we don't see each other for 2.5 years.
Yeah. So I haven't seen him for like 2.5 years.
But the feeling's the same.
Always.
But, you know, what are Dee and I going to do when we get together? Just like, what are we going to do?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I never know what to do. I'm so self-involved that Dee thinks it's because I'm having this high degree of fame now that I don't want to see him or I'm busy.
Him.
Yeah, that I dropped. I still consider D my friend. I still consider my best Hollywood friend. But I don't see anybody. Neither do you. You're busy all the time.
Yes, I am.
What are we going to do? We're going to sit around. Last time I hung with D, 2.5 years ago.
Every time we get together, we have a great time, but we don't get together. I think it's a girl thing.
A girl
I think it's a wife thing.
What do you mean a wife thing?
I don't know, man. I just get this feeling that whenever I got a friend that, like, we get along perfectly together, we don't have any problems, yet we never see each other.
Right.
I find that it's the woman behind the man that is saying, I don't want to get together with these
you
people.
think Allison
is keeping you apart?
Well, you remember the long-standing
Can I just tell you something? Allison is dying to get together with anybody.
You
don't understand my wife. I don't let her see anybody. I never go out socially. So she would be thrilled. You're 100% wrong.
So it's you.
I mean, Allison doesn't like you, but
you're a faggot.
At the same point, I'm the one. No, the last time I hung out with D, I'll tell you what we did.
Oh, here we go. He's gonna.
No, the last time I hung out with D, he borrowed $300 from me and never give it back.
And I have that $300, which is why I haven't seen you.
No. In all seriousness, I don't think it's a wife thing at all. And why do we need wives to hang around?
You don't think so?
Who needs to hang around with wives? Why can't we just get together?
Yeah, that's right. Why can't we?
I don't have to wait around.
Every time we hang out, we have a great time.
No, but I don't think... You think my wife doesn't like you or doesn't like your wife?
I think it's wives, yeah.
Your wife doesn't like his wife?
Yeah.
Get them both on the
Oh, your wife doesn't like my wife?
No. My wife doesn't have any problems. But you remember we had some stuff going way back. I mean, you know...
when your wife messed up my wife's hair?
Yeah, and before that, you used to do some wacky...
I forgot about that.
Remember remember I said... Shh. I didn't say
right.
it.
I know, you didn't do it.
Remember, remember that time you called up... When you convinced your wife that my wife gave you oral pleasures...
What?
Back when she was doing your makeup.
What are you talking about?
Remember, you told me this.
Are you insane?
That when Suzette was doing your makeup.
Oh, a shtick I did on the air.
Yeah. And you convinced Allison.
No,
you
she wouldn't really be convinced by that.
And then, but this is the kind of thing he used to do with Allison all the time.
No, my wife likes your wife. She really does.
Well, she should. My wife's very cool.
It's just that I don't get together with anybody.
I know. Well, it's okay.
But I like getting together with you.
Okay, you don't want it now because now my boys are older. You know,
that was part of it too. His boys are all sexed up. He's got 3 boys, and I have 3 daughters.
Sexed up then 2 years ago.
Want to bet?
They got the Jesse's now 12. And
I think Jesse was trying to kiss my daughter.
Oh, and he must be gorgeous.
I won't let D's kids play with my kids.
You don't want your daughters to have sex?
No, I don't want them to have sex with these kids.
The girls literally flip when they see.
Really?
I mean, when you go anywhere with Jesse.
Yeah, that's why I don't want them near my kids.
Can you imagine your daughter having a crush on Dee's son?
Yeah, well, I don't know. He came over one time, and the next thing I know, he was trying to kiss my daughter downstairs. So
he's changed.
Yeah, he's just like his father. And I don't know. It was just kind of weird. So I said to my wife, "Let's not have Dee and Suzette over with the kids." That is a true story.
I can remember back to the time when Jesse was embarrassed about girls.
No, Jesse's very highly sexual. He really is, right? Your son's pretty sexual.
Yes, very.
He's pretty sexually advanced.
Wow.
I don't know how that happened. Is he hung like you?
Not so much that he's... They've got it. Yeah, they've got it.
Snider.
Off the old block.
They've got it.
Yeah.
But it's not that they're sexually advanced.
I caught his kids playing with themselves in the pool.
Oh, now that's
that's not true. That is not true.
Playing with your daughters.
They were playing with my daughters, and I was not into it. No, his boys have the Snider hosen, which
Snider hosen and the Suzette looks. So
right.
It's pretty.
They're good-looking kids.
Jesse was just in a play in school, and when we went down to see it, whenever he came on the stage, all the girls were like, "It's Jesse, and they're all moving around.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, they're really.
Boy, me and you never knew that kind of gratification.
No, not at all.
No,
not at all. I realized the other day that Jesse, he says,
he's living a different life.
Dee's son is real good-looking. Because he looks like his mother.
Right.
Dee's got a really hot wife. Me and Dee grew up. No girls ever paid attention to us. We had to do weird things like shave our heads. And still no one noticed.
It's really weird, Howard. You got the phone ringing off the hook,
With girls?
With girls, and I never knew what that was.
See, that's why I won't have Dee over.
Tell him I'm not here. Tell him, and I just can't imagine that concept of not, a girl calls you on the phone and you're and to say you weren't there, man. If a girl called you and me, we would
I'd be thrilled.
We would have passed out.
Right. It's unbelievable.
He'll be there in a minute. He's unconscious right now.
That's not fair. That is not fair.
And you get to watch it all.
This 12-year-old gets laid more than I do. That's not right. Well, listen, the point is this. In all seriousness, I love getting together with you, and my wife loves you.
So what happened?
And I know the last time Suzette and Dee came over with the boys, it really did happen that Jesse was coming on to my daughter in the basement.
It wasn't that bad. But it wasn't that bad. My boys came in. I got 3 boys. He's got 3 girls. It's like, you know, my kids, they're boys. And they come in, they're like, and they go nuclear. These people are like, whoa, what is going on?
Well, he did say he didn't want to
They were
destroy
swinging
the
on the railings.
And Dee has a baby that's like swinging on the railings. You can drop 50 feet, and they don't, you know, she's just like, don't worry about him. So if he drops, he'll be fine.
It's just the head.
Yeah, and I mean, and I saw the boys, and you know, and downstairs in the basement, I don't know what went on, but I think Jesse tried to become Emily's boyfriend.
Emily was digging on Jesse so much.
No,
actually, they were digging. They was
but I don't. Fairness, the kid carries rubbers. I mean, I'm not into it.
In fairness, they were digging on each other. There was definitely a little. The 2 of them were like,
yeah. Well, I broke that up.
Yeah.
I'm not interested.
And now would be a mistake because now they're both 12, I guess. And
I am not interested in his son experimenting with my daughter.
Who said he was going to experiment? Your daughter can't say no?
I don't know.
Just say no.
Her mother couldn't say no. So, you should see some of the losers she was with.
I told my son, this is old 2-date Stern. You know, just...
Second date, you'll get it.
Second date, boom.
Yeah, well, you just
it runs in the blood.
Yeah, good. It really is true. So I don't want to see Dee with his children. I'll see Dee on his own.
What do you want your daughters to be interested in?
See me on his own.
Not a hot guy like Jesse.
No, Jesse is moving in a fast track, and he's looking for action.
Yes,
my daughters are much more subdued.
This was 2
Seriously,
years ago when he was
isn't
10.
your son like ready for sex?
Is he ready for sex? I don't know if he's ready for sex, but you know he's got girlfriends. He wants to go out.
Yeah, he's got things going
a lot
on.
Of girls. I know
he's 12 years old.
He ain't going to be a musician.
I believe you, Howard. You're ridiculous.
No. He made a beeline for my daughter in the basement, and started kissing her.
He's lying.
I'm not lying.
There was no tongues.
It was kissing.
It was,
and they were 10.
Was Emily objecting?
No way.
I don't know that she was.
He's hot.
I don't know what was going on, but he was trying. No, my
He's a
daughter.
babe.
Oh, please.
I think
God's
it's hysterical.
Sakes. Oh, please.
Oh, yeah, so much for, like, he wants to hang out with me. I went to his house. I said, I'll stop by and give him the new CD. I had to throw it over the gate.
Well, who wants you there?
I know somebody's
I thought you were with your kids.
Somebody's always in there.
No, it's really hard to be with Dee and Suzette and the kids because, you know, the kids just run wild.
Hiding. He can see us.
No, the kids run wild over the house.
Yeah.
They really
That's
do.
what you said. You said that they were out of control.
Yeah, Dee comes over, and it's like, you know, your whole life is ruined because his kids just start running through the house, and there's no controlling them. And it's unbelievable.
But you know what? I know Jesse ain't going to be a musician, though.
Yeah.
He sings. He's in the choir and stuff like that. But I said to him, hey, you know, how come you're not in a band? He goes, there's no musicians. I said, there's no musicians at school? He goes, there's some, but they're all dweebs. He ain't going to make it, bro.
By the way,
dweebs the one playing the instrument.
That's right.
Gee, allow me to take a break.
Okay.
And
we'll talk about my album.
We'll talk about your album, and also we'll do the news together, because you're good to
love the
do the news.
And I'd like to hear some of Dee's album. Are we going to get to do that?
As a matter of fact, every day I play a little piece of Dee's album. I don't know if you realize it.
No, I didn't. You won't tell me.
You know the bumper that we play.
Oh, yeah, I've heard. It's great.
You've heard this a million times.
All right, let me hear.
Yeah, that's Dee's new single.
Mark Russell on bass guitar.
What's this one?
Yeah. So every time, you know, now the Howard Stern Show.
Yeah.
But that's Dee's song from the new Widowmaker album. This is the single, right?
Yeah, single. We got a video.
Yeah.
Maybe someday you'll see it on MTV. Who knows?
What's the story there? MTV busting your balls?
No, MTV. They're not busting. They're not.
Did they see it?
They're not. I don't know. Who knows if they've seen it? You know. I mean, basically, I'm overcoming a certain stigma of being an '80s artist, and I've got to prove myself as being viable in the '90s. Whereas if it was a brand new band coming out with this track, they'd probably be all over it.
Yeah,
you know, cutting edge. You know, buzz clip and all that stuff. Because we got a great killer video. You saw the video.
Yeah, but I thought it was terrific.
Yeah, and
Dee has his shirt off. He's displaying his chest and abs.
And I'm ripped, like De Niro and Cape Fear.
You know what? I was going to tell you something, though.
With less tattoos.
You're really showing off in that video, though.
Oh.
He got in really good shape.
And
I've been in really good shape.
Yeah, but he got in really good shape, and like the whole video, like there's not one scene with Dee with his shirt on. The whole damn video.
Dee is unclothed.
Yeah, Dee's like practically nude through the whole video. Like he keeps changing eyewear and stuff and different stuff, but he's always nude.
We cut out the thong shot though, so I didn't.
Why did you take your pants off? Like Dee naked.
That's Chippendale's vibe I'm going for.
Yeah.
But anyway, MTV's, you know, you got with an artist like myself, I got to prove myself to them before they're going to play the video or, you know, give it a shot. A lot of radio stations are like that too.
Right, I know.
You know, so I'm working.
Well, I'm not like that. I'll play some of it.
I know, man.
I'm
You're
not
right
afraid.
on it.
I think you're real good. Widowmaker new album out in the stores right now. But I'll play some tracks from it. We'll do the news first, and then we'll play some music. And in the video, girls, Dee's pants are so tight you can see the Snider hosing. Right? Am I correct?
It's the vein that give it the power.
Right.
My favorite line of all time on this show. It's the vein that gives it the power.
Is that right?
Oh, you remember that?
We're going to take a break. The great Dee Snider is here from Widowmaker.
We're back for one of the final days of the Howard Stern Show.
He thinks I should leave radio at the end of 11 months. He's been advising me, saying that... Well, tell Robin what you think.
Walk away. Walk away on top. Few artists, few sports figures, few rock stars ever leave on top. Think about it. Actors. Everybody always waits till it goes... They overstay their welcome, and there's sort of no way around it. Ultimately, everybody's going to start has a downside to their popularity. Cagney walked away on top. He's legendary. Cream. It's the only band I could think of that walked away on top.
And listen to this.
Fairway album and everything.
Dee's already applied for my job when I leave.
I don't understand the big deal. So what? So what? You don't walk away.
Yeah, right.
On the objet.
See, I think differently than Dee. I'm like,
Tom,
hey,
I didn't tell him.
I'd like to go on
that way.
There, give me a contract and let me go down on the decline. I think differently than Dee.
Yeah, grab some money.
I don't think like a rock star.
Nah, man, go into TV, go into movies, do a weekly show or something like that.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, we'll see, Dee.
Yeah,
we'll see what
take
happens.
his career by
That's right.
Yeah, you should. I overstayed my welcome. You should.
There you
man.
go. Dee.
I should have bailed on Twisted after Stay Hungry. Good night.
That's right. Walk off the stage.
Walk off the stage. In a blaze of glory, man. That's it.
That is good advice. Let me
think about that.
Dee during the commercial asked me for some more money. I'm not going. No, Dee held on. Dee has often said to me, I should have walked out after a certain album.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm serious. Let's say it. We burnt out. When you're the kind of artist like Twisted Sister was, and I was, and Howard is, we're very intensely popular people. I don't mean this negatively, but you've sustained your popularity for a long time.
Who's to say this is
which
the
is very
peak,
impressive.
Dee?
I have not reached my peak.
Well, you
yet,
pick it. You pick it. Don't let people pick it.
I have not reached my peak yet.
You know, you're going to go into movies. You're going to go into TV.
I am ready to reach my peak.
I know people out there going, Dee, shut up.
Dee, shut up.
They don't want to lose you in the morning.
But this is Dee's
His
theory.
opinion,
He's
sure.
entitled to his opinion.
But I'm bothered simply because he's saying this is it for you.
I've said to Dee, radio is such a mediocre business with such creeps in it that there's no such thing as running out of steam. I could be 100 years old. I could be Twisted Grandfather, and I would still be popular. That's how bad this medium
People
is.
have have said to us over and over again that this is it. You can't get any more ratings than this. There's no more ratings growth to be had, and yet we continue to go up in the ratings.
Exactly, Robin.
Why would we stop?
That's right. And don't forget, we're about to move into places like Portland and Seattle. And
there are new fields to cover.
What do you think, Jackie Puppet?
No such thing as old jokes, just new audiences.
All right. All right.
Hey, did you hear about the half Jap, half Pollock?
No.
Every December 7th, he attacks Pearl Jam.
All right, there you go. No such thing as old jokes, right, Jackie?
That's right.
That's right, just new audiences. There you go. He's the greatest. Robin.
Ow! 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 Shut up, Dee! Tons of new markets that haven't bought my stuff yet.
Jackie Puppet has CDs and all these.
Videos.
Yeah, he doesn't want me retiring. Yeah.
He has a vested interest.
All right, Jackie Puppet, you calm down over there. All right, here's what I suggest we
You're
do.
trying to ruin his career.
Why don't we take a break? When we come back, we'll not only listen to Dee's album, but we'll also do some news first.
All right.
And then check out Dee's new tunes and find out how he created these songs, what these songs mean to him personally, what was on his mind when he wrote these things, etc.
We'll see if anything was on his mind.
Right, and we'll find out the process he went through to write these songs.
It wasn't hair.
I'm already used to your new look. You have shaved the entire sides of your head, and I love it.
Does the top part come down sometimes?
Yes, it does. If I drop the top,
you can't even tell.
It still has the
Dee Snider
classic
look.
Dee Snider look.
Right.
Okay.
popularized by Howard Stern.
Right.
Who now people, it's just unbelievable. I mean, you know, I give you my grooming tips, and the people come to me and go, "Are you Howard Stern?" With blonde hair yet. What kind of idiots are listening to this show?
It's a disguise.
It's like unbelievable.
On the new album, why the cover of the Barry Manilow song Mandy? Why did you remake that?
I felt it was time. That's all I can say.
There was a clamoring for it.
Yeah, people were demanding it.
There was a letter writing campaign.
Dee, of course, into his hard groove. I mean, there's just no doubt about it. He is rocking on this CD. What I'll do is I will take a break. We'll come back. We'll do the news. We'll listen to Dee's CD. Dee even has thoughts on the news. And we'll be back right after this.
Hi, this is Sandra Bernhard, and don't you dare miss Howard Stern. I never do. He's the hottest.
She turns me on for some reason.
This is a cool song. This is Locked. This is Mother's Day Out Locked?
I don't think so.
No?
Who is it, Fred?
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, Prison Sex. I'm sorry, I got confused. Yeah, it's Tool.
Prison Sex, Tool. I got that album.
Great band.
Very good. Tool. I turned Robin on to Tool. She loves him. She loves Tool in general.
She was a fan of Tool long before they even formed.
Yeah, before they started making music.
Robin, when did you get into Tool?
Not for a while.
How old were you? How old are you when you got into Tool?
How great a name was Peter O'Toole. I mean, that's a good name.
Peter O'Toole. What's that all about? And a made-up name at that, right?
Yeah.
Peter O'Toole.
Excellent name. That should be a porn star.
Yeah, Dick Johnson. Peter O'Toole.
Peter O'Toole.
That guy had a sense of humor.
I never even thought about this second.
Yeah. Weenie Penis.
That was his real name.
Yeah, he changed it.
For showbiz.
Yeah, wanted a more classy name. Peter O'Toole. Dick Johnson. Bob on it.
Dick Johnson, don't we?
We know a Dick. We know a Dick Hurts.
No, that's Dick Bag.
No, we know Dick Bag.
Dick Bag.
The engineer for this radio station in Philadelphia for WYSP. His name is Dick Bag.
That's his real name?
His real name, not changed or anything.
Damn. Dimes, brother.
Hold on.
What the heck was that?
Something like an emergency something.
That's not like the emergency broadcast tone.
Yeah, that. What is that? It keeps coming through here, and I just turn it off. Yeah.
Maybe there's an emergency going on, and you're cutting people off.
Hey, man, I'm in the middle of a show. I can't be bothered with a nuclear attack. Is that what that noise is, Fred?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I keep turning it off.
Are we supposed to do something?
Yeah, we're supposed to put our head between our knees. It's like an air raid. No, it's like something or something where, like, it's supposed to warn the country or something. But I figure people tune to other stations.
There's something going on. You may want to tune into a news station.
If something really important happens, we'll find out about it. We're reading the Inquirer. We're busy. But, yeah, we know this guy, Dick Bag.
Good name.
Yeah.
Good name.
Robin, let's do a little news. Dee Snider's with us. By the way, you got to check out Dee's new album, Widowmaker.
The album's called Stand By for Pain.
Yeah. And it's really good. It rocks. No doubt about it. It's very, very good.
A lot of the older Twisted fans are a little bit thrown off by the new sound, actually. Not that I mean, again...
I wasn't thrown off, Dee.
Well, that's because you're cool.
Well, what were they looking for?
Cool. Well, I mean, again, I'm not necessarily trying to rekindle the old fans, because a lot of them are quite older and not really committed rockers anymore, where their lives are rock and roll, and I need a new audience.
Yes.
But when they hear it, it's a very 90s-sounding record. My pager.
Is that your pager? You have a pager? What's
I
your
have
story?
a pager.
Well, what do you do on an emergency basis that they need to get you at any time?
He deals drugs.
It's on the oak tree.
What do you have? Turn that thing off.
What the hell's going on? It's going nuclear. Hold it a second. Okay.
What could they need you for?
It's the EBS test.
Yes, that was my test. Right.
It's his doctor. It's time for his enema. He's going through a problem.
Oh, time to change the pens. No, I mean, actually,
right.
The record is a 90s sounding record, and the older fans, I guess they want to hear the 80s, and the 80s are gone, man.
I hate when that
it's over. Maybe like in another 10 years.
Hey, they're not over for me, pal.
Yeah, there'll be an 80s preservation society.
Yeah, there's an 80s flashback.
No, I'm into the new Dee Snider. I don't know. You better answer that beeper. That might be a complaint from what some of your old fans are calling in. Right? Could be. You better check that.
The old fans get the beeper number?
Let's call the number. What? Let me give you it. I'll find out who it is.
No, it's one of those stupid ones where they don't put a full number in. Why would you just page me? You're an idiot. Okay.
Let me see if I can see. You're not seeing that.
No, I could. Yeah, I could do
516-922-9463.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
All right. Robin, what is in the news?
Oh. Yeah, that's how we start the news every day now.
That's your intro.
Well, there seems to be another furor at the O.J. trial.
Guilty or innocent?
Going to have to call
You asking
in
me? Yeah, guilty or innocent?
Guilty. One of the jurors and explore allegations of misconduct.
Guilty, but I think there's some major missing piece, like another person involved or something like that. Yeah.
You don't think O.J. acted alone?
I believe O.J.
I just think there's something that's just not being said. There's some major piece.
You're a conspiracy theorist. You still think Lee Harvey Oswald had a couple of people with him. Let me tell you something.
He didn't?
No. You know who the missing piece is? Your wife. How is she? His wife is a piece.
Hard body as ever.
Still, you get tired of her at all?
Absolutely not, man.
Really? His wife is gorgeous.
We've been together for 18 years.
What?
How could he say, I'm tired of her?
Yeah, he'll tell me off the air.
He can't say that.
He knows, and he talks, crap about his wife and stuff like that. But I know that's one of the first things we had in common. Both of us are like high school sweethearts, practically, that we've known for ages, that we're really devoted to. And that was, I said, man, we had so much in common, and that's one of the
except his wife complains about D sexually.
Your wife does too,
right.
but not for the same reason.
No! His wife says to my wife, D is so large that it's painful.
And she's such a little thing.
Yeah, for you, D.
I hardly feel anything at all.
Yeah. D, it's too big. Use your arm.
I hear Billy West has a similar gift.
Billy's very gifted in that area, too.
That right?
Yeah.
Bravo, Billy.
Well, anyways, now they're having problems with the jury in the O.J. case, Howard. They say they have to investigate allegations that one of the jurors is misbehaving.
Now, what is the misbehavior, though? They won't
elaborate as to what this juror supposedly did. They are assembling the alternate jury pool. They're stopping at 44 to field a group of 15 who could sit in and listen to this trial as well and replace any jurors who might fall out or...
How many blacks on the jury?
Be evicted. I told you there's a lot of black women on the jury right now.
Black women, let me think about that for a second. How many black women would you say, Robin?
I know it's over half. I think it's something like 7 or 8.
I believe that, let's see now, because they're black, they'll want to be for O.J. That's a give. But maybe because they're women, they'll feel bad about a rape. I mean, not a rape, a murder. Murder and brutality. But in the black community, there's a lot of beating going on, and women are accepting it.
But she was white. She did deserve it.
And she did deserve it. She's a white bitch, All the white bitches deserve it.
This is a calculation. I love it.
O.J. couldn't handle it.
Too much man.
I say, right.
But murder wrong.
He don't know how to treat his woman, but she didn't know how to treat him.
She messed up his mind.
Right.
She messed up his mind and stole his nature.
Yeah, here's the. I can hear the jury room now.
This is the jury foreman.
This is the foreman.
Excuse me.
But I just wanted to say that I thought O.J. might be guilty.
What she was doing with that man in the first place, stealing him from the black community.
Right.
Where the chicken I ordered?
Oh, my.
Excuse me.
Is that how they're going to vote?
Yeah. Say excuse me once if you think he's guilty. Excuse me twice if you think he's not guilty.
Excuse me.
There you go. What is it, Fa-fa-fo-lie?
I have a hot news flash.
What is?
Stuttering John's on our phone.
Yes.
I guess you can sort of say where you sent John now, and we sent John to an event, and he wreaked havoc on it.
Well, we kept the questions tame.
That's a surprise.
Well, why don't you say what it is, and I'll tell you what happened.
All right. Well, let me get John on the phone. We sent John over to a press conference with Denise Brown, the sister of Nicole Brown, the woman who was killed. Now, I sent John over there to tell her that she's welcome on this show anytime.
And that you support her.
That I support her and I sympathize with her.
I didn't even get to that question, man.
What happened?
Well, I started asking the questions, and the first two she hung in there, but after I asked the third one, She left, and then all the press started yelling at me because I screwed up the press conference.
She split?
She left?
John drove her off the deck.
Yeah, she just I'm out of here.
She walked off?
Yeah, she walked off.
What was the third question?
Yeah,
Right, Howard, I'm telling you, every media person was there. It was like packed.
But what was the third question, Howard?
The third question I did was...
Cheers.
I don't know.
Hello?
Yeah, what's the third
John,
question?
you're breaking up.
I'm sorry, I'm at a payphone. Would you like to see O.J. put in a cell next to the guy who killed Jeffrey Dahmer?
Oh.
That wasn't the third question.
Yeah, it was.
The third question.
I don't remember you saying that one.
You know what happened? He ran out of here with the questions.
Howard, it says number 3 right next to it.
You are such a retard. No. Now, you know what happened? I didn't have time to really review the questions. I had to grab the paper.
You were
I said,
doing it fast.
John, it's going to go something like this, and I never got to review them.
Well, John, what were the first two?
The first question was, would you like to give Robert Shapiro a good swift kick in the nuts for his insensitivity towards you and your family?
That was not the first question.
That was not number 1.
You totally screwed it up.
Howard, it's number 1 is right next to it.
Bring the papers in here. It got totally screwed up. You're a retard.
No wonder she left.
Oh, who wouldn't?
What was it? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
Howard, how much you want to bet that's the first question?
I swear to you that is not the first question. Where's my Prozac?
Excuse me. Please deposit funds.
I need my Prozac.
Or your call will be
Thank you.
Somebody give this guy a calling card. Pump and change.
Hello? Let's see. Here was the first question.
Right there, number 1. Read it.
No, it was your family unhappy that your sister married a black man in the first place?
Howard, I have number 1 next to it. Would you like to give Robert Shapiro a good swift kick in the nuts for his insensitivity towards you and your family?
You're breaking up again.
Would you put that phone by your ass where your brains are?
Come on.
What was the second question?
Hello?
Yeah, that was the first question.
The second question is, why do you think everyone is so afraid to say that O.J. is guilty?
Yeah, that's what I asked him.
Yeah, so she got mad at that?
Yeah, she said, I don't want to discuss O.J. I'm not here to discuss that.
What was she there to
discuss?
Battered women.
Battered women.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But Howard, let me tell you something, Howard.
Oh, come on,
Howard.
No, I didn't.
Stop acting.
You mean she doesn't want to answer questions about O.J.?
Well, you weren't supposed to know that, but you knew what she was there to talk about.
No, that I knew, but I thought that she would discuss O.J.
Howard, get a load of this, Howard. The press was so more insensitive than me before me.
What did they say?
They were saying, how could you get up there with a no excuses banner, while you're trying to promote battered women, and how could you, mix the advertising with that? Because now you're in the likes of Joan Rivers and Marlon Maples.
Right.
And so when the press started yelling at me, I just said, I just started calling a bunch of hypocrites.
Oh, you got into a fight with the press?
Yeah, they all started yelling at me. Everyone.
Well, you know what? Your questions aren't any worse than that.
Very tame.
I thought we were tame compared to them.
I know. We had, would you like to give Robert Shapiro a good swift kick in the nuts for his insensitivity towards you and your family?
Yeah.
Then the second one was, why do you think everyone is so afraid to say that O.J. is guilty?
Uh-huh.
And would you like to see O.J. put in a cell next to the guy who killed Jeffrey Dahmer?
I didn't remember that being there.
Yeah, it was. Was your family unhappy that your sister married a black man in the first place? Did O.J. ever flirt with you? Did you ever date black guys?
But I didn't get to the fourth one. Howard Stern is on your side. Why haven't you called?
I thought that was going to be the first one.
But that was number 4 next to it.
Yeah, that was number 4.
Oh, okay.
Hey, John, can I ask John a question? Do you think that you drove her away from the press conference, or was it a combination of everyone?
See, I think it was a combination of everyone, but
everybody's blaming you.
Of course, the press is just blaming me.
Yeah, because you know what happened? The whole press conference backfired on her. In other words, she went there thinking, hey, the press is going to be on my side because I'm Nicole Brown's sister. But they were turned off by the fact that it was a no excuses jeans promotion.
Yeah.
And here's a woman,
But Howard, let me tell you,
still in the midst of seeing whether her daughter's murderer or her sister's murderer will be brought to justice.
Yeah.
She's out advertising.
Everybody from the press, everybody asked about O.J. No one asked about anything else.
Of course. Ironic that it's no excuses jeans and O.J.'s full of excuses.
Apparently so is she.
You're right.
I didn't know what she's full of.
Well, anyway, she should apologize to us.
And come on the show.
And come on our show because we do support her in her
John, don't feel bad. You did a good thing. You're okay, John.
You did the best thing you could.
Yes, you did.
All right, man.
All right, take care. Hey, get
Are
back
you
here.
feeling bad?
What's that?
Get back with the tape.
I will.
No, who cares?
He sounds hurt.
He has no feelings.
Got no hair either.
He's a robot. Well, the press is sick of all this hype. That's what they're responding to, that the fact that Nicole Brown's sister is out with a no excuses.
Obviously, it seems like pandering. You've got the no excuses banner up there, and yet she's supposed to be doing a press conference about battered women.
I think Nicole's mom is going to be guest bartender at Scores next.
Oh,
cool.
It's for a good cause.
Yeah, just kidding, of course. All right, let me take a break, and we'll get back to more OJ news and other news. The legendary D. Snider is here.
Oh, yeah, I got a record out.
Who has a record out here. The band is called Widowmaker. I'll be playing a lot of it.
Why did he join another band?
Foreman of the band.
All right, why did you form another band?
Because it was dead as a doornail in 1986.
Well, why aren't you just D. Snider?
Oh, I like the band vibe. I like the camaraderie with the guys. You know, you get out there. It's kind of a gang vibe.
He wanted a band.
I wanted a band. It's the same guys on the second record, too.
Right.
It really is a band.
And Widowmaker means, in other words, you're a guy who kills women's husbands?
Literally, yes.
No, but I'm serious. Was that what that implies?
We wrote a song called The Widowmaker, which is about like the Grim Reaper kind of.
In other words, you take a man from his family. You are a killer of men who kills. Is that the?
I never thought of it that in those terms. But
you're the opposite of OJ. You don't kill the wife. You kill the husband, and you make them widows. It's Widowmaker. See, he's the opposite of OJ, right, OJ? All right. All right. We'll be back right after these words with Widowmaker himself. Oh, not OJ. D. Snider. D. Snider.
OD.
Right after these words, the legendary D. Snider.
97.1 The Eagle. You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. Once again, Howard Stern.
And there behind us is, of course, Steve Snider's new album from the band Widowmaker. Stand By for Pain. That's the single behind us. Long gone.
In the stores now?
In the stores now, and I'll be playing Dee's album. We'll talk to him about all the music and everything. We're trying to do the news, though, for you. Dee knows how to do the show, you know.
It's been a long time.
He knows how to hang.
Before you were national, I spent a lot of time here.
That's true. You got us here, and then you abandoned us.
I abandoned you.
Yeah, couldn't even get you on the phone.
Yeah, Mr. Busy.
Oh, yeah.
Dee Snider, screenwriter, musician.
Where's the film?
He's got one in development right now.
Why don't you let him work on your book?
No, not my book, my movie.
Well, the book so that it can be turned into a movie.
Well, we've been talking about that. Dee has some plans, has some ideas.
I really am. I've got a screenplay option by Savoy Pictures.
Is that right?
Yeah, my new one, my super agent, Tracy Cheng over at Buckwald Associates. Mm-hmm. A lot of people, a lot of interest in Hollywood. It's called The Amazing Pudini, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Amazing Pudini.
Yeah, it's a family kind of film, believe it or not.
Is that right?
Yeah. I was inspired.
Dee, by the way, is also a painter, a sculptor, and a land surveyor, which you might want to check into. He's been doing that for a while. D. Da Vinci, they call him. Da Vinci. D. Da Vinci. Anyway, Dee Snider, of course, and we'll get to hear some of Dee's music minutes away. But, Robin, let's continue with the news.
You know the term mule, Howard?
Yes, I do. That's what people used to call my mother.
No.
They made fun of her large size.
This is what drug smugglers call people they use to smuggle drugs into the country by swallowing condoms full of illegal drugs.
Yes, I've heard of that.
Well, some Colombians turned a sheepdog into a mule.
They turned a sheepdog into a mule?
Yes.
That gotta hurt.
I don't know how they got the sheepdog to ingest these condoms full of cocaine, but they did.
No, what they did is they surgically opened the dog.
To get them out, but I don't know how they got in.
No, that's how they get them in.
No.
Yeah, they open the dog up. How you can get a dog to swallow condoms?
Yes, lace them with something. Dog
I think she's right. I think you can get them.
They didn't say this dog had a surgical scar on it.
Of course it did.
No, they didn't.
What do you think they did? They put it in hamburger?
That's right.
Now you jam it down its throat.
No, you don't. Listen to me.
Like, how do you feed it? Anybody have a dog? You don't have a dog?
Yes, I do.
Well, you got to give them those doggy pills. You give them pills, you open a mouth, you stuck it in there, you make them swallow it.
No, this is a big
like
bag
you did when
of
you did
cocaine.
dates back in high school and college.
Yeah, right. No, what I'm saying is that big bag of cocaine in the rubber, they open up the dog's stomach. They're very big. They open up the dog's stomach and they insert them.
I didn't see them say they saw a surgical scar.
They're not going to tell you that because they don't want you trying it.
They did a bikini scar, actually.
Right.
Very small.
They didn't want the dog too big. It's a rather sad story.
It was microscopic surgery.
Yes.
Well, however they get the bags of cocaine in there through the rubbers.
They had to do an operation to take them out, but
Right.
the poor dog had gotten such an infection it couldn't eat, and they said the bags had been inserted or somehow put in there at least 2 weeks before this flight.
Let me get this straight. So the drug dealers in Colombia
Yeah.
fill the dog up with cocaine, with bags of rubbers, rubber bags there, and they put the dog on the plane. They get him a seat on the plane.
No, they put him in baggage.
All right, they
it
put
wasn't
him-
even a nice flight.
They put him in baggage. And I guess one of the supervisors there saw this mangy dog.
And look, the dog looked in bad shape.
Looked
and
ill.
So they took the dog over to a vet that's not far away from the airport.
Right.
And the vet then x-rayed the dog and saw these masses. And when they operated, they found, instead of lumps of cancer, they found bags of cocaine.
Those poor coke dealers, they think of something brilliant like that, and there's no payoff. Isn't that? But that's a brilliant idea to put it in a dog, not a human being.
My question is, how do you keep the dog from going to the bathroom?
They don't come out because they don't get ingested.
Yeah.
And they don't go into the lower intestine.
Oh, so they're just going to, when they got it here, they were just going to sacrifice that dog.
Right, they were going to kill the dog. to get
If you
him
were
out.
a vet and you opened up a dog and you found like 10 bags of coke, wouldn't you just like give back 8? And keep doing.
How much do a
Yeah,
vet
how do
pay?
we know we got all those bags?
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
But then where's that vet going to know to take them?
I don't know. Hey, Jackie, didn't you, you said that there was, Jackie had this friend, and he made love and he threw the rubber on the floor, and the dog ate the rubber, and the dog had to make a duty, and it was out there pushing him. Jackie, that was a funny thing, and he, instead of a duty, a rubber came out.
That was Gary's story. My story was that my buddy woke up at Michigan State and one of the shoelaces was missing to his boot, and he couldn't find the shoelace anywhere. And it was a big, huge boot, like a lugs or something, and it was missing. It was made out of leather, and the guy couldn't find it anywhere. And I had no idea where it was, and there was a bunch of little puppies, and all of a sudden, the next night, all of a sudden I heard... This little puppy was going nuts, and it was squatted down. And it's my girlfriend, it's Don's shoelace! And the whole shoelace was about to...
No kidding.
Came out of this little diaper.
You like delivered a shoelace.
Tie the ends together, duty necklace.
But Gary lost a used condom, and suppostly, I don't know.
No, Gary
I
didn't
don't think
lose
he
it.
lost.
The dog ate the condom, and then it came out. And the dog was in so much pain, whelping.
Whelping a condom.
To get the condom out. But anyway, it seems like an ingenious thing to implant these condoms into a dog, and then suddenly you come up with this great idea, and there's no payoff.
A lot of people die from that.
Yeah, that's why you do it to a dog. And they even said, with the guy... So, of course, the police were smart.
Let me just say, in defense of my theory that the dog ate the condoms, the people swallow the condoms.
Yes, but a person can swallow a condom. A dog doesn't know how to swallow a condom.
When the people
Come on,
do it,
Robin. No more theories.
People do it. They tie a string around it and they swallow it, but the string.
It's complicated.
The string is inside their mouth, so it doesn't go through.
If you put a condom in a dog, he's going to chew on it. He's going to swallow it whole. Oh.
No. You throw it all the way to the back of their throat.
Yeah, and they gulp it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Are you guys high?
He doesn't understand.
So listen to this. Never mind that.
What kind of debate is this?
So the police went to the
they waited for the guy to come pick up the dog.
Yeah.
And then they arrested him, of course.
And what they were going to do is just slit the dog's belly and kill him.
I know. That's horrible.
That's a good movie plot. That's what you should write a movie about. A dog that swallows coke.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And then has to elude his...
Yeah, has to elude his captors.
So they don't cut him open.
We put some Prozac in John's parakeet.
But that's just so sad and horrible that the poor dog is going to die. Thank goodness he was discovered. I don't know how many dogs slipped through our fingers before this was discovered. But now I guess they'll be checking every dog that comes in through customs. And this dog, of course, will be given to a good family now.
Good.
Now that he's hooked.
Yeah, he's got a $600 a day habit.
Where's Fido? He's copying.
Poor dog.
I know.
Poor coke dealer. God, what a brilliant idea.
They said it was $250,000 worth of coke.
Oh!
That's gotta hurt.
There goes my weekend.
Is that street value?
I don't know. I don't know if that was street value or its current value before cutting.
See.
Newt Gingrich is going to be the new Speaker of the House.
That guy sucks.
He's an idiot.
I'll tell you why. I watched him on TV last night on C-SPAN.
It just gets you pissed off. It's just like,
well, it pisses me off. I hate I dig some of the things he's saying about cutting the budget and stuff. But when a guy starts preaching family values and he dumped his wife while she had ovarian cancer, I mean, and goes to the hospital try and get a divorce settlement out of her while she's been done, just been operated on. It's like, don't preach to me, dude. Don't start telling me, and don't start telling me that I can't have abortions and stuff when, and don't start telling me about how you're a military man and all this stuff when you're not a military man.
You know what's funny to me? That they say...
Is he saying that?
Well, he's saying...
I'm sorry, Robin. He says that?
No, he's like sort of like Mr. Military, but...
He's a hawk.
He's a hawk, but meanwhile, he didn't go to the Vietnam War because he had to be with his wife and 2 kids. But meanwhile, he dumped his wife and 2 kids as soon as he,
and they're all over Clinton because he didn't go.
Right.
But that's what Clinton did wasn't cool. But
right, but Newt Gingrich was a good American.
Once we had achieved peace, he dumped his family.
He says, well, I would have served, but, I had to be there for my kids and my wife. Yeah, just like you were afterwards.
Some of the columnists are implying that he married that woman and knocked her up real quick so he could avoid the war.
Yeah.
But I also noticed in the paper today that they say he fought back tears as he thanked his wife Marion, the new wife, who has endured all of this scandalous stuff in the press about their coming together.
Big fat crybaby.
Yeah. Hey, what is he crying about?
Oh, because, he likes the new wife. He doesn't want bad things written about her and their marriage, because she was the secretary. So he dumps the wife and marries the secretary.
So the dope is against... You see, this is where the Republicans screw up for me. I'm into the economic programs and stuff, and I'm into cutting and slashing and all that stuff, but they screw up for me when they start in with family values and abortions. And this is what makes me sick about Newt Gingrich, why I couldn't be behind him. He... he's crying about the wife, he's crying about this, he's all sensitive and all this stuff, but here's a guy who wants you not to have the ability to have an abortion, but he has a solution. Solution is he's going to start boys' clubs.
No.
Orphanages.
What he said was he would like to see, instead of giving welfare mothers money, crack mothers money, he would like to see the resurrection of the orphanage system to take care of children and to improve the image of orphanages. He's recommending that everybody go to see the movies Boys Town, which is real. A fictional situation.
The real orphanage is probably run by some priests who like to, feel up boys. You know what I mean?
Unfortunately, these poor children fall into the wrong hands.
Yeah, the
children, they need the guidance of an older man.
Yeah. So we can raise healthy felons. Instead of aborting them, which is what we really want to do, we want to encourage crack mothers to get abortions. We don't want to encourage them to have babies. And we certainly don't want to start raising them in orphanages. There's too many kids as there is. These guys, they all want you to...
Newt knows how hard it is to want children. He left his own.
Yeah, a dickhead. Can you imagine a guy telling you about how to raise your family who's been such a disaster at it?
I think you're like 90% right about the Republicans. That whole, you talk about them, talk about cutting budgets. They just hide their spending better. Reagan years, they messed up the economy totally. There's nothing redeeming about the Republicans, and people should wake up to it. And I'm not a Democrat. I'm just like a rational thinking human. I'm a rational thinking human being.
I think D is an anarchist.
These people are corrupt.
D, you're so revolutionary.
The Republicans
you're not Democrat or Republican.
Power.
You sound almost like a libertarian.
He's very afraid.
D, plug your CD, I'll do the news. No, but seriously? I kind of dig, like, sort of the Republican platform on a lot of things.
It's just a platform, man. They're full of crap.
Dude, you got to work within the system.
Okay, work within the system. What about all the baggage they're bringing with them?
You sound like Abby Hoffman.
The Pat Robertsons and all those kind of people.
But somebody's got to do something.
Yeah.
They got to get rid of that whole right-wing religious and, fanatic stuff and just sort of get down to the basics of running government. That's it. No more arguing on it.
And Newt is the Speaker of the House.
Right.
Yeah,
nice haircut.
Comes along with the package.
I'm pointing fingers.
Yeah.
Newt. What kind of name is that?
Newton.
Oh,
Newt's a dude.
Is that what it's short for?
Yeah.
Newton.
Now, this ought to bring back some memories to you guys. A Long Island teacher pleaded not guilty to assault charges yesterday for slamming a door on a student's finger, severing the tip just before the nail, or just below the nail. Ooh, that's a lot more than I thought.
Big deal.
Well, what happened was the kid was in, I think it was science class, and they were having a test, and he asked too many questions while they were giving the exam. So the teacher got angry at him and forced him out of the room, and on his way out, he slammed the door to emphasize how irritated he was, and I guess the kid's finger was still there. So now he's in a world of trouble.
You can't be a teacher anymore. You can't. First of all, that school, what is that, Westbury?
No, it was in Glen Cove.
Glen Cove on Long Island. Glen Cove School. The whole class is filled with Haitians, isn't it?
Yeah, Latinos and Haitians.
Nobody hardly speaks English.
Why are you upset about that?
Oh, please. And let me tell you, Long Island never used to have schools like this. And now the teacher's trying to make a point.
What are you talking schools like this? It was the teacher who slammed the door on the kid's finger.
He didn't do it on purpose. He slammed the door. You're supposed to
shouldn't slam doors.
Oh.
He shouldn't slam doors.
Yeah. Teacher has to slam doors. He's trying to get through to these kids.
Making a point.
You're not supposed to ask questions. This is what he wants to teach the children.
Maybe it was too many questions.
Anarchy! Just threw that in there.
Teacher, I need to get some more bullets for my gun.
Well, the kid was a good kid. It wasn't that he was a bad kid. He was a good kid, but it's, he got things got out of hand. He slammed the door for effect.
They say the teacher didn't have a lot of patience.
All right.
He wasn't known for that virtue.
No, why would someone go to,
You know what kids are like.
Yeah.
They test you.
Kids got 9 more fingers.
You're not a patient guy. Why would you be a teacher?
It's a tip. It's the tip.
Oh, please.
They don't need that finger.
They did reattach it, but they don't know if it's going to take yet.
That's how I was circumcised, by the way, by the slam door.
It was a ceremony, though, wasn't it?
Took the tip right off. We drank some wine and
the
everyone
family
relaxed.
sat around.
It was a beautiful moment.
Yeah.
Somebody held him.
And they washed the door.
My teacher used to stick me out in the hall all the time.
That's not slamming a door on your finger.
Well, it could have happened. My teacher slammed a door on me, but I pulled my hand away.
That's right.
Smart.
What kind of idiot?
Listen, do you ever get your hand caught in the door in your car? Like my mother closed the door.
Yeah.
And it happened to me. She didn't do it on purpose, I don't think. I caught my nose in the door once.
Now that was happening all the time.
I told Dee this story. My mother shut a window on my nuts.
Oh!
It's true.
Was there any part of you that didn't get slammed?
Oh, yeah, all of it. That's why I'm a mess.
Do you know what the new fad is? You guys are behind the times with your tattoos.
Lugs.
No, I'm not talking about lugs. I'm talking about branding.
Yeah, I'm into that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've gotten that done. I'm thinking of getting that done. Do you see that? It's like a brand.
I've seen it.
That's cool. Don't you think that's cool? Like a brand?
Is it cool?
I think so.
They do it to cattle. What kind of statement is that?
Yeah, but it looks good.
I've seen it.
You like that, huh?
Yeah. Branding.
I ain't going to do it.
Pussy.
Where?
That's right.
Where do they do it? Anywhere you want it.
It's the same. It's like a tattoo, only you put it wherever you want.
I think it's good to get it on your chest.
They take pieces of red hot metal and they stick them and make decorative scars on your body.
Nah.
What's the difference between that and a tattoo? It's the same concept.
I think it might hurt more.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Burning as opposed to scratching.
And you're left with scar tissue instead of...
Yeah, you got lumps, and what if it doesn't heal right?
I think I'll just saw off a foot.
Yeah, but people are professional who do that.
Yeah, right. Professional branders.
Yeah, they've been
People
doing
go
it
to school for that.
Right. I think it looks kind of cool.
Should I make your appointment?
There's one guy named, I think his name is Mike Dolce. He wanted to be publicly branded last night, but he didn't get to do it.
Why?
Because it's against the law.
It is.
He was supposed to be branded on his chest in a demonstration scheduled for last night's meeting of the Tattoo Society of New York at an art gallery showing at CBGB's.
Nut Society.
But,
brand me!
I think it's legal in parts of Montana.
If you're
but you can
cow.
only do it on the tushy.
The owner canceled the demonstration for fear that, an infection would happen or something bad would happen, and then he'd be held responsible.
You know what I'm into? Cutting my left foot off.
Ooh.
That's the new thing I'm into.
Very big.
Statement.
Yeah. This is past branding. You cut your foot off.
You wear it around your neck.
You wear it around your neck and necklace. You wear it around your neck. It shows how tough you are. It's the coolest thing you can do.
Amputation. That's the next way.
My friends are into teeth pulling.
Right.
They wear them as jewelry.
Right.
No,
it's a very good
really?
look. Yeah.
Oh. He had the Arabic phrase "to be branded" put just above his right nipple. Nice placement.
Right.
It's a new thing.
There you go.
Everybody's doing it.
Stretch it over the top of your head.
It's a nice look.
Rainproof.
Modern Body Art Shop in the East Village. And they sell things there such as nose screws and other piercing jewelry. Nose screws. I love it.
What else you got there, Robin?
Sneeze with a nose screw, you got like a bullet shooting out of your face.
Could be very dangerous.
What else you got there, Robin?
Bryant Gumbel seems to be having some problems with NBC. He's trying to renegotiate a new contract. I understand he was off work last week as a result of not having a contract, but now he returned to work the other day and says that he will work until they finish the negotiations on his new contract.
Yeah, I got 2 words for you, Bryant. David Hartman.
He's lazy.
Remember that guy? The host of Good Morning America? Where is he now?
It was a big deal. I just wondered what advice you would have for Bryant. So you say stay at work and be nice. They say that Bryant wants a lot more money. NBC doesn't want to give him exactly what he wants.
I can't believe he's popular, actually. Sometimes I've seen him. He seems to have the biggest attitude all the time.
He's angry.
He's condescending, and and people like him.
But he's well behaved.
Oh, is that the point? You're very big on that well behaved.
Talks in an uppity fashion.
Yeah, he's uppity, but not that uppity. I think they should get the Reverend Al Sharpton to host the Today Show.
Who's that rapper that you guys used to be friends with? Had the big hit?
Run MC?
No.
Run DMC?
The one who was on here.
E equals MC squared?
Nah, the one who was on here all the time.
Mighty Joe Young?
No, go.
Young MC.
Young MC.
Yeah.
Get him. He's a nice guy.
E equals MC squared. Oh, boy. Major League Baseball.
Easy E equals MC squared.
Who else is in the news?
Major League Baseball players are set for a second day of meetings with the owners. I told you yesterday if they don't come to terms by the end of this week, the owners say that they'll just impose the salary cap and start fielding a new set of baseball players if the guys in the league now don't want to play.
Right.
So they're continuing their meetings. I don't know how far they've gotten. And in the hockey talks, they think that maybe they can salvage the season. They might start playing sometime later this month.
What's the deadline for the salvage the season?
Of hockey? I don't know that they've imposed the deadline, but I've seen reports that they might start playing by December 26th or something like that.
Yeah, like it would matter when they started the season, as if we even know when the season should start. And if it started late, who would know the difference?
Look at this. There's some people who just fall into it. The Queen of England could soon become an oil tycoon. They've actually found some oil reserves under Windsor Castle.
Wow.
So no.
Why can't that be my house?
So she's given the nod for exploratory drilling.
Oil in England, huh?
Right under her castle. There could be as much as 100 million barrels of oil trapped under there. They have reported that she might use the funds that she could gain from this to affect
have a hit put on Diana
to do some repairs to the castle because of a fire that happened there a few years ago, but she now says that no, she wouldn't do that. She would give the money to the government.
Wow, she's lucky though. You know, some people are lucky like that. Look at Chuck Berry.
What do you mean, look at Chuck Berry?
They found gold in Chuck Berry's teeth. So much of it. And a lot of people just fall into money like that. They really do.
It happens.
Yeah. What else is in the news?
You know, every time I start to think Los Angeles is wonderful, there's a report like this. They felt 2 earthquakes on Monday night.
Oh.
Robin wanted to move the show to Los Angeles.
You're kidding.
Yes.
A couple of years ago, and I put my foot down.
Do you think there's going to be a message being sent to Los Angeles?
Get out.
Yes. Fire, floods.
Yeah.
What next? Pestilence?
I'm safer here.
One was 3.5 on the Richter scale, and I don't know how strong the other one was, but they're pretty shaken from what happened earlier this year, so any rattle sends them right up the wall right now. Just made me sure.
There they go. They're all freaking now.
Oh, here's a very sad story. In time for the Christmas season.
Great.
Oh, dear. I hate to tell you this, but a 3-year-old
What, Jackie sold more CDs?
No. That never happens.
No. What is it?
A 3-year-old boy named Jonathan Hicks was killed by his stepmother because she thought he was a burglar. That's not funny,
Jackie, come on.
What happened was the little boy was just enthralled with Christmas lights, and the family had just put up the Christmas tree. So that night, he crawled out of his bed, and he wanted to go see the Christmas tree again. And the family, before they went to bed, put on the motion detector. They have the whole house burglar alarmed.
It's a bad area, right?
Yeah, it's a really bad area. Lots of drugs, lots of shootings, and lots of burglaries. So they had this motion detector, and the kid crawled out of bed to come down and see the Christmas tree again, set off the motion detector. His stepmother got up and blew him away.
Didn't she think he was kind of short?
He could have been crouching.
He was behind the tree. So, who knows? Listen.
You know, you see something in the dark, you shoot it.
Stepmother, that's the catchphrase there. If it was the actual natural mother, would she be that quick on the draw?
I don't know. You know, I started getting suspicious.
James, she's blowing people away.
I'm getting suspicious, you know, because like the woman who drove the kids into the lake.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you just wait for Christmas? but they're saying there's no foul play here. They don't suspect foul play.
Right, they ruled it an accidental death. So I don't know.
What was this woman's name? Annie Oakley?
Sad story. What do you think of Ricky Lake now,
And they put him on top of the Christmas tree.
Stop it.
That's when you know the family is callous, but they didn't, so I think they're all... evidently, the police are saying that there was no...
Yeah, it was ruled an accidental shooting. The woman didn't mean to. She just thought her house was being burglarized.
All right.
What do you think of Ricky Lake now? She was in court yesterday, wanted her case severed from the rest of the people for the ethical treatment of animals. Wouldn't be photographed in the same picture with any of them, and is trying to sort of weasel out of any wrongdoing in the case that involves the ambush of one of those furriers a couple of weeks ago. She got a lot of publicity, and now it seems like she feels that she was duped. She was also wearing leather shoes, which is a no-no for PETA.
Now she's gone the opposite way. Now she wants to kill animals.
Yeah, she's wearing fur and wearing leather shoes.
Your Honor, there's been a terrible screw-up.
I've rethought this whole thing.
Now that sweeps are over.
Yeah, now that sweeps are over, I really don't care about animals.
I think you defended her.
No, I believe she acted out of a care or some concern for animals.
And
that
now
doesn't
how's
change
she acting?
She's acting like someone who wants to get out of trouble. That's all. At least she didn't shoot her kid.
That's her defense. Your Honor, I didn't shoot my kid.
Come on, all I did was sticker.
You think that family will hold on to the toys or return them?
Oh.
What would you do if
if
you wiped out your kids by accident? Of course,
yeah.
You would never do that intentionally. I don't think.
No.
If you wiped out your kids, what would you do with the toys? What would you do? Seriously, would you return them?
I'd give them.
I mean, I know that's
donate them to charity.
Would you?
Of course.
Would you? You wouldn't keep them in the house. You wouldn't want to see them.
No. Give them to charity.
Would you? You're a good man.
I'm a good man.
Good for you, man. You're very charitable.
So can we come over now with the kids?
No.
We don't want to come over anyway. Call me up and invite me so we can say no.
Exactly. Smart man. If I know you're going to say no, I'll invite you.
You know that bag of dog crap that was in your yard?
Yeah,
I threw it over
that
the
was
fence.
you, huh?
That was me.
You're a nut.
The flaming. It was too far from the house for him to step on it, though. He didn't know it.
No,
I put the flaming dog crap in front of the gate.
See?
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Here is a concert story for you. I don't have the exact details in front of me, but I read this the other day that Courtney Love, the widow of Kurt Cobain, was at some show.
A classy broad.
Singing some songs.
Yeah.
And she decided to dive into the mosh pit and do that whole wave thing, whatever that
floating
thing is.
Yeah.
And, you know, she was being passed around by the crowd, and at first everything looked okay, and then it looked like it was getting a little crazy, so the security guard came and got her and grabbed her and dragged her back up on stage, and when she got back to the microphone, she started screaming, "Who was the woman who stuck a finger?"
How'd she know it was a woman?
I don't know.
She hopes it was a woman.
This girl knows.
It was her gynecologist.
Yeah, so she claimed.
Did someone do a gynecological on her?
It was a pap smear.
Examining her.
Yeah, we were making sure you don't have cancer of the ovarian.
You have
While she was body surfing.
Hey, you know, it's really kind of funny, too, because when I was watching Woodstock, this girl got naked. I forget during what group, but she got naked, fully naked, and they're passing her around in this mosh pit, and guys are just, like, sticking their hands anywhere they want. I mean, but what are you supposed to pass her around?
Use her as a puppet.
Yeah, you're working her like a puppet, but, I mean, you should be entitled at that point because...
Well, what are you asking for when you do something like that?
Yeah, I mean, how do you hold a six-pack the same way?
Oh, damn.
It's like bowling.
Yeah, I mean, just because you got naked in the middle of a group of horny guys, were they supposed to know you didn't want?
Yeah, but also if you're going to be passed around, I'm not going to really sit and decide where I'm going to stick my hand to pass you.
You just grab wherever is advantageous, I suppose. But I thought it was kind of interesting that it happened to Courtney Love.
I want to know how she got. Was she wearing panties?
Yeah. How did she get that? How did she get that invasion?
Well, panties aren't like chastity belts.
Well,
tell us about it.
My wife's are. My wife wears extra thick panties, so I can't do that.
We got.
What is it?
I just have to add something to the story because I read the story.
Uh-huh.
She was complaining that the woman was simultaneously doing that to her and trying to steal her jewelry.
Oh, really?
That's right. I forgot
Distract
that part
her.
of the story. She wanted the jewelry back, and she was angry that that had happened. And I said, wait a minute. Where was the jewelry?
Yeah. Where were the drinks beforehand?
Well, I say it again. What a classy broad. Courtney Love.
What would they call that crime?
What would you...
First time that crime's ever been committed.
And Father Christmas in London got so drunk on red wine while doing some gift giving to some children in a British store that he crashed through the shop window.
Wait a minute, is this the real one?
No, he was being played by this actor, I guess.
Jackie Marlowe.
But he hasn't lost his job. He says his boss is very understanding, so he just understands. You know, it was just a couple red wines too many. And he got a little carried away and fell through the window. He'd been drinking red wine all day between sitting kitties on his knee.
Could be worse. Could be worse.
I stole their jewelry.
He thought it would put a little color in his cheeks. He was really trying to get into the part, you know, saying, oh, it has that cherubic face. But he went a little overboard.
Smoke some pot with me, Johnny.
What a scene.
And then wound up falling through the window. So go visit Santa today. And have a good time.
Stay away from the windows.
Very good, Robin. Is that what's happening?
That's what's happening.
Now, let me just say that the great Dee Snider has joined us. Dee, of course, the guy who made popular Twisted Sister, then went on to Widowmaker, the new group.
Yes.
His new sound, I will tell you, is vastly different.
And you don't object?
Not at all. No, sir.
That's because Howard grows with the times. He moves forward, doesn't live in the past.
Let me play some of this revolutionary new music so people can get a sample of it.
Please,
if they like it, and then they can go out and buy it.
Let me ask Dee a question, because there are groups who hold on to their sound forever and ever and ever.
Yes.
Like the Rolling Stones. I don't think they've updated all that much.
Right.
Well, the Beatles are dead. They can't update.
Or Moby Grape.
So, I mean, you know, and they continue to have some popularity, so what do you think of them?
I think what they do is fine. It's just that for me, I like what's going on with the music scene today, and it's changing the way I approach writing music myself.
Okay.
I just like what's going on.
So let me sample some of this new music. It is revolutionary.
Because I don't know, he advised you on your career. I mean, would you have advised him to
I don't
his
listen to
sound?
Dee. Dee doesn't listen to me. I don't listen to him. We just advise each other. We give each other advice, and nobody pays attention to it. I've never gotten one good piece of advice from him, and he's never gotten one good piece of advice from me. So here it is. Dee, this is a whole different...
It's different.
It gets heavier. It gets heavier.
A ballad.
Well, you got to have a Christmas song.
This is Dee's Christmas album.
Okay. And the band kicks in.
Right here.
And then it's going to rock. Is that what
It rocks out. It's just a false beginning.
That was John Tesh's new...
He's got a new...
A Family Christmas with Connie Seligon.
Yes, has he already taken off on the tour in support of that album?
Is that Mary Shelley's John Tesh?
Yeah.
Thank you, Billy West.
Yeah, it's our Frankenstein. See, this is the new Dee.
Oh, this is the Iron Road.
Yeah. Hey, see what's happening here? See what he's doing here? See what he's doing here? What is this called again?
This one's called the Iron Road.
Which is...
What is the
anal
Iron
sex?
Road?
Yes, exactly. This one actually...
You wrote this?
Co-wrote it.
With who?
Guitar player named Bernie Torme, friend of mine. It's the only actual song on the record that's not by the band.
When you write that, what do? You know, Dee told me how he writes songs. He used to, like with Twisted Sister, he would just sing into a tape recorder.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't have time to write.
Well, he doesn't know. He's not a...
No, I don't really play an instrument, so I do it vocally.
Do you get the melody and everything? You just hum it in?
It depends. But that particular one, which is an odd one on this record, yeah, I'll sing the melody or whatever. I mean, there's a couple songs I wrote by myself where I'll just sing the whole idea, and then I'll sing it to the guys. And
Are you one of those guys who has music in your head all the time?
No.
No.
All right.
Most times that he doesn't. When he's a screenwriter, he doesn't have music in his
Really?
head. Yeah.
Well, I mean, honestly, I could, but I try to shut it off because I hate when I get good ideas and I'm not anywhere where I can express them.
So you make sure that they come to you at the time you're ready
when I focus into it, where I've got a tape recorder.
Now, what is this Iron Road about? What is the Iron Road?
The Iron Road, honestly?
Yeah.
It's about the Transcontinental Railroad, of all things.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, you're so Renaissance.
Yeah, well, that was just something that I saw some PBS special. They called it the Iron Road.
You gotta get out of the house.
I do. That's just happened to be. It's all about there was a lot of people dying when they made it. Thousands of people died building the Transcontinental
Iron Road.
Yeah, and it was really like merciless, and I don't know.
All right, let me listen to it with that in mind.
That's heavy. I didn't realize it was. I thought he took a trip or something.
No. Who cares about people? You would never know that this was about that.
No.
I feel for them chinks.
Yeah. Mostly chinks died on the Iron Road.
Yeah, and Irish.
Kung Fu.
Sure. It's all about David Carradine.
See? This should be the next single, by the way.
I don't think so.
Yes, trust me.
Yeah?
I know what I'm doing.
There you go with your advice.
All right. He doesn't listen anyway.
No, I listen. Hey, I take what you said. You were all over Long Gone. You never play a lot of that song, though.
Now, this is a song about the Iron Road, of course, the railroad. And this song, I liked it. Let me play another one.
All right.
This is called Christ, the Civil War document. This Civil War documentary is really boring. I don't like it. No.
See, all of the songs are inspired by PBS shows.
That's right. Let me see what else you got on here.
That was an oddity. You picked like one odd song on the record.
Well, I picked my favorite tracks are track 2 and track 8. Track 2 and track 8.
Track 8 is the Iron Road?
Iron Road.
Yeah, no, people really like that one.
Track
really
2 is this one, of course, that I play all the time.
You never play into it too much where the hook kicks in. It comes in the second verse.
On this one, you mean?
Yeah, it takes like 2 verses and it takes in.
You can bang your head into the wall to this.
I love it.
I'd like to kill someone to this. This is good to kill someone to.
Yeah, it's evil,
the devil message.
You're like a devil man.
Yeah.
You're devilish.
Not really that deep.
I can dig that, though. Right, Robin?
You're not enjoying your life now.
No.
I think a lot of people don't realize how good things are until they have problems, and then, it's too late to really appreciate or enjoy it.
So, what specifically are you writing about, though? What have you...
Did you have this experience?
Just in general. Okay, I mean, if you were to focus on many things, like when Twisted was killing, I really didn't enjoy...
You didn't appreciate it.
I didn't appreciate it.
Because you were too caught up in it.
Exactly. Just
right.
as, I don't know if you are, but I think a lot of people that happens too. You're just in the middle of it all, and then all of a sudden when it's over, you go, man... I
should have had more fun with that.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy it. I was miserable during the Twisted times. I didn't want to go out in public.
So most of your songs are written about your personal experience.
Sometimes.
You're writing.
Yeah.
You write a song about the Iron Road because you're watching a show or reading an article about the Iron Road.
I thought it was interesting.
With Long Gone, you thought about, hey, when I was in Twisted, I should have enjoyed it. With this song, I have to take a leak. What? You had to go to the bathroom?
Exactly.
Okay. D-Rope break all the mirrors after his haircut. Right? Didn't you? Is that true?
I was actually Long Gone is about that as well.
All right, playing it?
Well, again, we're like about 25 AOR stations. Every week we get a few more. And,
you got to work the album. That's called working the album, Robin.
Oh,
D is describing the innermost workings of the record business.
I don't know how you know that.
Well, I wouldn't know anything. And the album Widowmaker is out on what label is this on?
CMC International. It's an independent label, but they're really, really supporting the record. It's great. They've got, independent indies working on it, promotion people and everything.
All the tracks are good here. I'll show you. I'll just randomly pick tracks, and I'll let you hear just a little bit at the beginning of each song. Listen. See? See, that's backwards masking, it's called.
Ah.
This is more...
It's a really kind of moody kind of vibe.
This is moody.
It's called Circles.
Circles. This is about being on a carousel. Going around in a circle. Am I right?
No, actually.
He was on a carousel.
Hey, the song is called Going Nowhere.
It's simple. Actually, I had a pen and I was just drawing.
Did you write any songs about how even your son is getting all this tookie and you're still riding the same broad after all these years? Anything about that?
No, not yet. Not yet.
What about Circles? Now, what does this mean, Circles?
Circles is actually a fictional kind of song. Howard's going to enjoy this one.
What is that about?
It was just imagining... Okay. He's going to take this so out of context. It's insane.
I think I'm going to puke. Go ahead.
I had the lyric idea for the hook came out, and I just sort of went with the vibe of what would happen if, Suzette and I have been together for 18 years.
Right.
What would I feel if she died? If I lost her.
How quick would you start dating?
Well, the song is about misery, actually.
Misery?
It's a very up album. Death, misery, everything slipping through your fingers, all those good things.
It's a lot of bull. This guy'd be out dating in 2 minutes.
Yeah, he's fantasizing about his wife dying.
Yeah. Let's see if my wife died.
He announces her death and she's not even gone.
I feel real bad, he goes. Yeah, he'd be out dating in 2 seconds. Oh, who are you kidding, pal?
Oh, yeah, who are you kidding?
Who are you kidding?
Away, make you bury.
Is it the law that you have to bury your wife?
That's right.
Because if it was Dee's wife, I'd give him a couple of bucks, stuff her, and just bring her into the house and do her. That's not cheating, is it?
I give a little track 3. I think it's Protect and Serve. Just to show you how heavy this record can get. Oh, it's got all sorts of production stuff's really weird on this.
I like production stuff. I'm very much a fan of production. This is rocking.
This is called Protect and Serve. It's about corruption in the police department.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now, how'd you get into that?
It's just stuff that affects you, man.
Someone you know.
Someone I know?
Yeah, I thought you were about to talk about someone you knew.
No, it wasn't. It's just that Dirty 30 thing, my father was a cop, and Al Petrelli's father was a cop. And
your father was a cop?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
State
that.
trooper now.
No wonder he always hit you over the head with a wiffle ball bat. Did your father beat you and stuff?
He was,
He beat him with a bat.
Only once. It was a plastic bat. It was a plastic bat. It bruised.
Well, Dee doesn't listen. He really doesn't. Dee's like one of those guys who's sort of rebellious.
He was running around in a dress. The man had to hit him.
Dee has a bunch of brothers, and Dee's brothers are really well-behaved guys, and Dee doesn't listen.
No.
So his dad took a bat to him.
When did it happen? How old were you?
10. No. I was about 12.
And what had you done that he had to hit you with a bat? Did he hit you over the head with it?
What was the offense?
You know what the offense was?
And when you can't you just use your hand?
The exact offense?
Yeah.
He told me to shovel the walk. Okay, wait a minute. I didn't. I took the shovel and went out and shoveled other people's walks for money.
Right.
So I came home with tons of bread in my pocket from shoveling other people's walks, and I didn't shovel our walk, and he kind of went nuclear.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And did he hit you over the head with the bat?
No, it was around the legs and thighs.
Oh, that's funny.
Didn't want to show.
Because, your father's in pretty good shape at that point. I mean, he certainly could have handled you with his fist.
He knows how to use the baton. It was sort of like the Rodney King scene. I kept trying to get up. That was it. I wouldn't stay put.
Is that true?
Yeah, I kept trying to get up, and he had the taser on me.
Yeah. Well, wait a second.
And, I refused to stay down.
At that time.
Yeah, no video. Did he specifically set out? In other words, was he just happened to be holding a bat, or did he say, wait, let me get my bat? I always thought that was funny. My mom had my mom had a special stick.
He used to have a stick.
Yeah, and she would use
stinger.
She would use a stick on me because she said her hand would hurt from beating me so much.
Yeah.
So why is it that your father happened to get a bat?
I guess the stinger wasn't enough, and I was getting bigger.
This was and this was like something.
He broke the stick.
I'm glad he didn't grab the shovel. Actually,
and this was something that you really, it was a major offense after you went and shoveled someone else's.
And weren't you planning to come home and pay one of your other brothers to shovel
I don't know what the plan was exactly.
It's funny that happened to you. One time,
I was out of
one
my
winter,
mind.
my father asked me to shovel the walk, and I didn't do it. He raped me.
Here you go again.
You had it coming.
Yeah.
You had it coming.
He raped me 2 times.
Hey, did you ever not shovel the walk again?
Oh, we shoveled it. There's the Dee Snider sound. Now that's rocking. That could be a single.
Oh, this is pretty heavy.
What's Jackie doing in the song? Exorcist is your brother? You turn on us all?
You turned on us all.
Yeah.
It's basically...
Who turned on you?
It's not anti-cop, it's anti-corruption. I feel that the corrupt cops ruin everything for the good cops, and they shake everybody's faith in the system.
I see.
And I believe my father and people like Al Petrelli's father were good cops. They tried to be good cops. You got a handful of dirty cops, and they make everybody look bad. And so,
wait, this is a very socially relevant album, D.
You got to be. I mean, it's the 90s. People want to hear stuff in the lyrics. You know, in the 80s it was sex, party, drugs.
Excuse me, I want to hear
roll.
about sex.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still caught up in that. No offense.
Man, I mean, the Jackie Puppet's been unusually... What's your review, Jackie?
Puppet, you like it?
I love it.
No. Ooh.
Oh, rave.
Jackie Puppet loves it.
I want to drink. Face when I hear this.
There's the reaction I'm going for.
I want more songs about pot and rape. Rape.
All right, very good, Jackie Puppet. Well, D.
Underage rape.
Underage rape. You want songs about?
I love rape.
Gary.
Rape.
Jackie Puppet.
Jackie, do you like the puppet?
I love the puppet sometimes.
I was expecting trouble possibly with the puppet today. I requested to be on with the puppet, and but he's been very positive. So I brought something with me that I want to present to you to keep at your side whenever he gets too out of hand.
Oh, it's a Jackie Puppet saw.
I brought a saw
for the Jackie Puppet.
We'll keep that in very handy.
Let's keep very handy because.
Give me DCD.
All right, very good.
You know what? I really do want to ask D, because I read a book about Twisted Sister.
A book?
A while back.
Who knew there was a book?
Unauthorized biography.
There really was a book?
Yeah. And they said that D was in, like, junior high school and high school. He was dressing in women's clothing.
That's not true.
That was a lie.
Was it? I believe that.
You mean on stage?
No, at school.
No.
He wouldn't have done that.
Under my regular clothes, maybe, but...
No, they said that, you know, like he was so out there and always pushing the edge of the envelope that he just...
I didn't
started going to women's shops.
No,
I didn't start that until I got into Twisted.
Oh, is that right?
It was theatrical.
Yeah, and then I got told...
What?
I wear Kotex. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, he was wearing women's clothing and dating his gym teacher. he was gay. No, listen.
There it's out now.
No, he never did that. I wouldn't be friends with him if he did that.
I didn't know. I just wanted to get that clear because I've had that misconception in my mind all the time.
That I wore women's clothing and
you know what?
Says that in the book?
Yeah.
You know what?
Tear out that page.
Tell the truth. You wore a duck suit to high school, didn't you?
Once.
Actually, Dr. Lou went to high school with D.
Is that right?
Went to the same high school, and he doesn't really remember D too well because they were in different grades, but he said he remembers you because you always wore a big
derby.
A big, giant derby.
Yeah, I got into the Clockwork Orange kind of mentality.
D was like one of these guys walking around with a big derby in high school.
Didn't have a lot of friends.
Yeah. D was an outcast.
Why.
He was certainly different even
I wasn't
back
as
then.
popular as you were.
Very funny.
Two of your
The derby might have worked for me. I wish I had known you. Anyway, let me just thank D. Snider for coming in. The new album is called Widowmaker, of course, is the band. Stand By for Pain is the new album. It's in your stores right now. There's a great new video, too. I hope MTV gets on it. And, D, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, call up MTV. Tell me you want to see it.
Yes.
I don't know if that'll affect them. I don't think they give to you.
They might react. Do D a favor and call MTV and tell them you want to see it. Because you'll enjoy the video. It's really good. Jackie the Joke Man Martling to order Jackie's Wild Comedy CD or cassette. It is $10 plus $3 shipping and handling. Holiday special, buy two, get one free. Call 1-800-323-KING. Friday night, December 16th, to catch a rising star in the Governor Morris Hotel in Morristown, New Jersey. It's Jackie. For dirty jokes and info, call 516-922-WINE. Remember, 516-922-WINE. 922-WINE is not a pay service. December 9th, Norris, Fred's Band, opening up from Mountain, the legendary Leslie West and Noel Redding at my father's place in Bayside, Queens. Don't miss Stuttering John appearing in Tony and Tina's wedding. And to get a signed copy of Stuttering John's debut CD, call 201-942-OUCH. And if you're looking for a DJ for your office Christmas party, call Scott the Engineer's Rocket Entertainment at 718-BAG-5040. Many dates still available. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, D.
97.1 The Eagle. Are you ready to